It's time for Tiger football.
Hands off around the right side to Austin Wilkerson. He's across the 50, up to the 45, breaks a tackle at the 40, gets up to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, and the Lamar Tigers have first blood. Hands off around the left side to Trace Wilhite. Lowers his head, runs over one at the 6, dives for the pile-on, touchdown, Lamar Tigers.
My Country 101.7 presents Lamar Tiger football.
We play to the right. It's Logan Crockett, got a little room, gets out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, got some more room, 30, 35, 40, cuts back midfield, gets across the 40, to the 30, breaks a tackle to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Lamar Tigers.
It's time for Tiger football. Let's go live to the Eisenhower Lumber pregame show. Here's Nate Eady.
Welcome, Tiger fans, to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. A little housekeeping here for the Eisenhower pregame show. Wyatt out sick this week, and I have the pleasure of a returning legend and Rick Johnson. And Rick, thanks for joining us. We're excited that you're here. I can't believe that you're sitting here next to me. I get to talk to you on the phone and you give me a lot of tips.
You know, I've been doing this a lot, but I've been doing it in front of my TV at the house. So it's going to be a little bit different tonight.
Just treat it the same way. So.
Okay.
And you know, we're happy to have you here, Rick. And
all right.
And as always, we got the man, the myth, the legend on the live stream camera, Erno Miller, filling in for Michael tonight. Michael's on a hunting trip. So we got Blaine Shaw running the production of the live stream, and then we will have a sideline camera, I'm told, tonight. So a lot of exciting new things going on here tonight. But the one thing that's constant is it's Friday night, and we're back to Tiger football again.
It's going to be a good night for football. Just the temperature's dropping a little bit, so that'll help a lot. And, you know, when these kids get so hot, they have to take the water breaks, and you don't get the most out of them. When that weather gets a little bit cooler, you get to see them perform a little bit better. So
right.
That's good.
And like I say, you know, exciting night. Got some new personnel up here in the booth, but I can guarantee it's going to be just as exciting. I'd like to remind everybody, pregame's brought to you by Eisenhower Lumber. For all your lumber, plumbing, paint, and everything else you need for your home or business, go to Gulf Street in Lamar. Well, Rick, we're welcoming in the Mack County Mustangs here tonight. Just a little bit about them. They're head coach by Kellen Hoover. He's in year 5 with Mack County. I know that Coach Beshore said last week in my interview with him, he's running the program the right way. So if Jared Beshore says that, it's something that he's taken a hold of. So
well, both these teams come in 2-0 in a conference play like this with the memories they've got from last year. They're ready to play.
Sure.
You don't have to get them ready tonight.
And not to add salt to an open wound, but just remind everybody, Lamar Tigers lost last year in 2020 to Mack County. Their one and only loss was a 42-41 loss for Tigers. Game that came down to the end, and Lamar missed a field goal to give Mack County the win in that one. 2020 season for Mack County, they were 5-5, 2-2 in the Big 8 West. This year, coming into this game, they're 2-0 with a Week 1 win over Aurora, 33-27, I think is what it was, 45, and then last week 45-6 over Springfield Catholic. So a common opponent that we got to face. Some strengths for Mack County that I seen on paper is they got 15 returning starters. This feels like the same story as last week. You know, a game that Coach Beshore wants to get some better showing out of his players, his team, and himself. So kind of feels like Reed Springs with this matchup, or Reed Spring with this matchup. A lot of big kids down there on the sideline for Mack County, kind of like Reed's last week. But going through their starters, they returned a third-year starter at quarterback, and Cole Martin. He's absolutely the highlight of their team. Coach Hoover couldn't have enough to say about him. Last year he finished, he got all Big 8 honors, finished the season with 1,361 passing yards and 16 touchdowns. The counterpart to that, everybody knows that there's a good wide receiver in there somewhere, and for Mack County, that's senior wide receiver Levi Malone. Finished the season on 27 receptions. He had 498 yards and 7 touchdowns, so almost half the touchdowns that Martin threw was to Malone. Another guy on the offense, another Big 8 honors guy, senior tight end Logan Harriman. On the offensive line, they returned 3 guys. Garrett Grix is the anchor to that offensive line. He was a Big 8 honors guy. Junior Elam and Danny Grinder. All all three of those guys are two-way starters. So we talked about, some of the fatigue that we seen last week with Reeds. I think we could see some of that here this week. Going to the defensive side of the ball, Cole Martin, Malone, Dowd, and their highlight in the secondary. So you got four guys there that are returning in the secondary, and the highlight for them was Pierce Harmon. He was an All-Big 8 honors guy. Ended the season with 28 tackles and 4 interceptions from safety spots. So a guy that if you're going to go up top to Mason Gasto, a guy that you're going to look to be covering Mason over the top with him for the Mustangs. Defensive line, mentioned Garrett Grix, all Big 8 offensive lineman. Well, he plays on the defensive line too. And I looked at his height and weight earlier, 6'2", 295. That's not common from way back whenever I played this game, and I'm sure not back whenever you played it.
No.
So that guy is he's an anchor not only for the offensive line, defensive line as well. A highlight for their linebackers, Levi Helm and Jared Mora. Helm finished the season with 79 tackles. So whenever you got a strong defensive lineman coming back, 2 linebackers and 4 guys in the secondary, that makes for a pretty stingy defense. But a couple guys that were mentioned playing on both sides of the ball. So hopefully that can play into Lamar's favor here tonight.
Nate, if you had a nickel for all the huddle that was watched this week, you'd be a rich man, because they're all going back and looking at game films from the games previous this last few weeks and the game last year, and they're all looking at things that they can improve on, and it's going to make it a great game. It's going to make it a great game.
Sure, and like I say, I know head coach Jared Beshore pretty well, and I know whenever he has something, you can't be upset about winning a state championship, but whenever he has something, the guy succeeds at a lot of things that he does, and whenever he has something that sticks in his side, he mentioned last week he didn't feel like the Tigers gave Reeds their best shot, but still came out on top. So that was a check mark that he wanted to fix this year, and he certainly did it last week with the 54-13 win.
Yep.
And an impressive win. So you can bet that Coach Beshore is fired up for this one. That wasn't one where they not only played bad, but they didn't come out on top. And so I think that, you can't – it's hard for me to go back to a season. You can't, as a coach or a player, you can't live in the past. And each team's different every year. So if Matt County's watching that game from last year, I have news for him. This is a completely different ball team, and same thing on our side. That this is a different Matt County team than we faced last year. There is 15 returning starters, so we've seen some familiar faces, but we got quite a few ourselves. So
there's a lot of pressure on kids when they play, but there's a lot of pressure on coaches too. Coaches underperform sometimes, and they perform well. And when you can make adjustments, when you see things, they're playing a lot of what-if games. They're saying, man, if I'd only done this, or if I had these kids a little more prepared to do this. I don't think it's going to be about preparation. I think they're going to be prepared. I think it's going to be probably who can adjust the best.
Sure, I think so too. We got about 30 minutes here till kickoff, so we're going to take a 3-minute break. 3-minute break on this Eisenhower pregame show. When we return, we'll have head coach Jared Beshore with his interview brought to you by American Family Insurance. 3-minute break, and you'll get that interview. You're listening to 101.7 KHST.
American Family agent Eric Hughes invites you to come in and review your insurance needs. Eric has home, commercial, life, and auto to cover all your insurance needs. And American Family to back you all the way. Stop by the office today at 407 West 12th Street in Lamar, or call 417-682-30.
Farming is a competitive business, which is why 4-state farmers entrust their grain handling to Brandt, like Brandt's new swing-away augers that deliver up to 22% more grain capacity, the fastest in the industry, saving precious time when you need it the most. Their full line of augers, belts, carts, and vacs gets the job done every time. So if you're looking for an advantage at harvest time, get yourself some worry-free performance from Brandt and lead the field. Visit Seed and Farm in Lamar or call 417-682-6465 today.
Now that the sun is getting hotter, you need to stay cooler. Shady's Tint and Detail can help you do just that. Auto, residential, or commercial window tinting is a specialty of Shady's. They also do auto glass repair and replacement, plus spray-in bed liners. Stop in and see the new location across from Clements Plumbing and Heating on 12th Street in Lamar. Call 417-392-9200 to schedule your appointment. Stay cooler and protect your investment.
Is your car running rough? Maybe it needs some TLC from Gearheads. Gearheads Garage is conveniently located at 705 East 12th Street in Lamar and offer full automotive repair services, including repairs from rear ends to front ends and everything in between, even tires. Now you know why they're called Gearheads. Stop in and visit with Brian or Leo and schedule your next vehicle maintenance at Gearheads. Gearheads Garage, 705 East 12th Street in Lamar, a proud sponsor of Lamar Sports.
week. What can you tell us about the Mustangs?
Mustangs are, it's like you said, they're well coached. Coach Hoover's done a fine job. He plays a very tough and physical brand of football, just like a lot of people do in the Big Eight. And I really admire his team. I really do. They're big. They're strong. They're going to come right at you. But they're also extremely smart in their schemes, and they put their guys in the best position to be successful. Offensively, they got a big offensive line, physical running backs. This year they're getting into more tight end H-back sets and just trying to run the football down people's throats, which you got to admire. He's got a quarterback back that's a 3-year starter, really, really talented kid, and the Martin kid. He's smart. He knows where to put the football. They do a lot of read stuff with their QBs, some RPO things, and he does a really nice job. He really does. So we're going to have our hands full defensively, and as far as their defense goes, they've got, again, big, strong guys up front, physical linebackers, and then DBs that, do their job and don't get beat deep. So it's going to be a fun matchup. We're looking forward to it, and hopefully things go our way.
Jared, when I look at this program from where they were a few years ago to where they are now, it kind of reminds me of Lamar about 10 years ago. Do you see the similarities?
There is similarities. You get a coach in there that's trying to build a culture. Kids are buying in, and you get to see some of the effects that he's, the seeds that he's laid, 4 or 5 years ago. They're starting to, kind of sprout and grow into the program that they are right now. And, I foresee this to be a team that's, a future power in the Big Eight. Obviously, they're a power now, and this year they're going to definitely make some noise. So there is some similarities, but hopefully we can, we can come in and execute and be more physical than them and get ourselves a win. That's why we do this. That's why we work throughout the week. So hats off to them, but it's going to be a fun night Friday night. It really is.
Just what the Big Eight needed, another established program.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck, and I look forward to chatting with you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust, your local bank that's small enough to know you.
Your system checked out before it begins to have problems. Clements Plumbing, Heating, and Air, located at 400 West 12th Street in Lamar. Give them a call today at 417-682-3797. A winning team takes dedication, motivation, and inspiration to achieve their goals. Parks Mechanical and Excavation want to wish the Tigers and all area teams great success. Parks Mechanical and Excavation takes the same approach with every customer. Services that they specialize in are plumbing, heating, and air conditioning, basic and advanced septic tank systems, dump truck service, roll-off dumpster rentals, skid steer service, demolition and backflow preventer installation and certification. Get the job done right. Call Dalton Parks at 417-682-3042.
The management staff and all employees of Redneck Outdoors, one of the Barton County area's largest employers, would like to wish the Barton County area teams a great year. Redneck Outdoors is always a supporter of area student athletes, band members, cheerleaders, and the entire school system. It takes a lot to create a winning team, and Redneck Outdoors would like to recognize everyone involved. Redneck is always looking for qualified applicants for employment and is proud to support the Barton County area's workforce. Redneck offers competitive wages, health benefits, 401k, as well as an employee stock ownership program. You can apply at 1705 Gulf, Lamar, Missouri, or call 417-682-1927. Redneck Outdoors, nationally known, locally owned and operated. Proud to be a part of Barton County. Redneck is an equal opportunity employer.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust, your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Your busy lifestyle requires banking options like mobile deposit and people-to-people pay. With locations in Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri, let Community National Bank and Trust keep your finances safe and your spending smarter. Visit mybankcnb.com for a location near you. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome.
Sedation Dentistry can change your life. Call Dr. Moyer's office at 417-682-5871 to make an appointment today.
73 degrees, and I'm loving it.
71 degrees, please.
When it comes to keeping your home cool this summer, what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with a new Rheem AC system that'll keep you cool, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort this summer.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Get professional service on all brands of equipment from Jones Plumbing, Heat and Air in Lamar, your local Rheem contractor. Call them today at 417-682-2780.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. That was the coaches pregame brought to you by American Family Insurance. For all your insurance needs, see Eric Hughes to get your next quote. And continuing on with the Eisenhower pregame show here, we're going to go to the Lamar Bank and Trust keys to the game, and something I turned over to Wyatt last week. Wyatt's not here. I'm going to let Rick knock the dust off and go right back to it.
Okay. You know, Nate,
hold on just a second.
Okay.
They're getting ready to do the national anthem. We'll take another 3-minute break, and we'll come back with those keys to the game. Listen to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Show your school spirit every time you pull out your wallet. Get a School Pride debit card from Lamar Bank and Trust. Whether on your card. Every time you complete a signature-based transaction, LBT will give 5 cents back to your school. May not sound like much, but over a year, it sure adds up. Stop by or visit lbt.com to learn more. LBT, a better way to bank. Member FDIC. Going across town or across the country, the Lamar Travel Plaza 66 has what you need. The convenience store has plenty of food and drinks to stock up for the game or the road trip. When you need fuel, get one of the best-selling fuels with Phillips 66. There's an ATM to fill your pocket and great hot and ready food in the deli, plus Hunt Brothers Pizza to keep you going. Lamar Travel Plaza Phillips 66 also has a stock trucker store, propane bottles, a public fax, and copier. The Lamar Travel Plaza Phillips 66, Highway 160 and I-49, Lamar, Missouri.
Did you know that a lot of the safety for any automobile rests on your tires? Underinflated or worn out tires can lead to an accident. Don't take a chance with your most precious cargo, your family and friends. If it's time to replace your tires, visit Lamar Truck and Tire for an outstanding deal on a set of Yokohama tires. And you may want to have them check the oil and brakes as well. Then you'll ride easy knowing your family is safe. Lamar Truck and Tire open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, 8 to noon on Saturday, and offering 24-hour call-out service. Lamar Truck and Tire just behind the Lamar Travel Plaza on the West Outer Road of 49 Highway. Find them fast in names and numbers.
McDonald's of Lamar is proud to be a supporter of all area students and athletes and would like to wish the Lamar Tigers congratulations and continued success throughout the season. McDonald's of Lamar is now under new owners. Shane and Kara Campbell are proud to be members of the Lamar community. Whether you dine in or drive through, they strive to give you the best and most courteous service around. McDonald's of Lamar. Make them your first stop before each game and check out their full menu of great food, drinks, coffee, and ice cream. McDonald's of Lamar, proudly supporting the Lamar Tigers.
Want real pizza made fresh with homemade dough and sauce with all the ingredients? Go to Mother Tucker's Pizza. Your perfect pizza is waiting, and they have curbside delivery, dine-in, a daily buffet, fresh daily salad, or you can try nachos, wings, mushrooms, and toasted right out of the oven sandwiches. Mother Tucker's Pizza has 12 specialty pizzas, or they can custom make yours. They also have a huge patio to hang out with friends and family. Come on by before the game. Mother Tucker's Pizza, the pizza you've been waiting on. Next to the golf course in Lamar. Call ahead, 681-0855.
Okay, welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Apologize for that. Nothing like whenever I just get done saying I'm going to let you knock the rest off, and then I shut you down because of the national anthem. Go ahead and give us the Lamar Bank and Trust keys.
You know, even when you've done this, as many years as I've done it, it's when you first come back the first time, it's kind of like dancing with the stars. You know, you don't know what your partner's going to do, and he's going to swing you in a place where you don't know where you're going to go. But, you know, when you go to keys for the game, you know, everybody knows this game's a big game for Lamar, but the way they started their schedule out, they started it with the Springfield Catholic team that probably wasn't as good as, you know, this year. And then you had a Reed Springs game, which is a step up. And then you got two big cookies in front of you. You got Mack County and you've got Nevada. But when you talk about keys to the game, your third week in, you've had all these practices. If you look at the offensive side of the ball, you don't want to try to hit a home run the first time you swing. You want to get those base hits. You want to get those guys, everybody involved, and you want to have a discipline about your offense. And, you know, try not to do too much because everybody's wanting to make the key block and everybody's wanting to run, you know, the 15, 20, 30-yard run. Be disciplined. Be disciplined, have your game plan, and run your game plan. The other thing that I noticed is be prepared to change what you're doing. Be prepared to change your game plan. That's another one, and make adjustments, because in all the years that we won state championships, adjustments with the coaching staff and the players was the biggest part of what we did. And you know, if you could make adjustments on the fly, that meant a lot to the coaches. Coaches have as much butterflies in their stomach as the players do, so you might do 3 keys to them too, but we only do 1 more, and that's to take care of the rock. You know, don't get too flamboyant with it, and take care of it, and try to make those long sustained drives, because that's what's going to wear that defense out on the other end. You got too many kids going both ways, it'll have an effect. When you look at the defensive side of the ball, you're trying to make adjustments on defense to where you're being in the right spot at the right time. And early on in the games, a lot of times you'll see kids that'll miss an assignment. They won't be there. They'll get instructions. Pay attention to your instructions. Go back out on the field and make those adjustments and come back. It's going to be a cat and mouse type of a game, and whoever makes the best adjustments in the game is going to win the game. Defense, know where the ball's at, you know, especially if you're a defensive back. When you're running those pass routes with those guys, you know, turn around, watch it, make sure you know where they're at. And, you know, control the run. We've got some kids in there that, like you said, this is a different defense than they played before. Our kids are quick, and sometimes you can over-pursue. If they know you're going to do that, they'll go the other way. So stay home, do what you do, and play Lamar Tiger football one step at a time. And, you know, I'm looking forward to it because the last 2 nights that I've seen them play, I've been excited with the way they played and how much they've advanced. And so I think they're, you know, they've got a lot to bring to the fans. It's good to be in the booth and the stands and watch these kids play, but when you got keys to the game, being home is a big key. Soak it up. Yep. Make it be a part of what you do. And these kids will do that. I know they will. And, you know, I'm excited for them tonight, and I know they're excited. So every step's a progression. I always said 15. You got to go 15. And 15 rounds, you're down to 3. You got a whole bunch more to go. So, you know, just relax, do what you do, make them come play your football.
Sure.
So that's going to be your keys.
Rust.
Yeah.
Rust, you were talking whenever I asked you to come up here. I don't know if I can get back. You just, to me, you hit everything and then some more that I was even thinking of. But I'm not even going to say anything after that. That was perfect. So that was the Lamar Bank and Trust Keys to the Game. You're listening to the Eisenhower pregame show. We got about 10.5 minutes here left until kickoff. We'll take another 3-minute break. 3-minute break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
At Runyon CPA, a winning team takes dedication, motivation, and inspiration to achieve their goals. Parks Mechanical and Excavation want to wish the Tigers and all area teams great success. Parks Mechanical and Excavation takes the same approach with every customer. Services that they specialize in are plumbing, heating and air conditioning, basic and advanced septic tank systems, dump truck service, roll-off dumpster rentals, skid steer service, demolition and backflow preventer installation and certification. Get the job done right. Call Dalton Parks at 417-682-3042.
Some things in life you can just rely on, like the comfy fit of a favorite pair of jeans and the tried and true performance of a new home comfort system from Ruud. So here's to reliability built into everything we do. Rely on Ruud.
Get reliable year-round comfort with a new HVAC system installed by the pros at Jones Plumbing, Heat, and Air, the local team you can rely on because the best is not too good for you. Give them a call at 682-2780 and find them fast in names and numbers.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust, your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Your busy lifestyle requires banking options like mobile deposit and people-to-people pay. With locations in Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri, let Community National Bank and Trust keep your finances safe and your spending smarter. Visit mybankcnb.com for a location near you. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome.
Do you want real pizza made fresh with homemade dough and sauce with all the ingredients? Go to Mother Tucker's Pizza. Your perfect pizza is waiting. They have curbside delivery, dine-in, daily buffet, fresh daily salad, or you can try the nachos, wings, mushrooms, and toasted right out of the oven sandwiches. Mother Tucker's Pizza has 12 specialty pizzas, or they can custom make yours. They also have a patio to hang out with friends and family. Come on by before the game. We're open Friday night home games only until 10 for carryout. Mother Tucker's Pizza, the pizza you've been waiting on. Next to the golf course in Lamar. Call ahead 681-0855.
The only loss that we had. So they are much improved, and it should be a good game. Good luck to both teams tonight. We want to welcome to the field tonight the Mack County Mustangs.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Nate Eady and Rick Johnson bringing you this one here tonight. About 6-7 minutes left till kickoff. Lamar Tigers already got their captains picked for tonight. Number 7, the foreign exchange student Bojan. I'm going to butcher this thing, Rick. I'm going to try it here. Bojan Vlasky. And then you got number 44, Michael Mills, and number 58, Mason Brown. So, like you mentioned, going over your keys, something I felt like that we got to do last week, definitely that we didn't get to a whole lot of opportunity to do because of maybe a scoreboard or something, but the Tigers was able to open up and throw the football in that first drive, a key third down. I think it was a 3rd and 11, and they hit Mason Gastel on a slant across the middle, pick up the first down, and then a 3rd and 20 hit him for a 50-yard strike. Mason come up big. Of course, anytime you have an all-state wide receiver, you want to try to get the ball in his hands. Mason, not a selfish guy, and was just kind of biding his time, and he broke out in week 2 last week. I think 3 or 4 catches for 180-some yards is what it ended up. But Mason come up big, and you heard Coach Beshore's interview with Mike Snow. He felt like that Joel did some things correct last week, and I felt, kind of the same way. Whenever you got a guy in a 3rd and 11 and he hadn't really completed too many passes, and then he hits that slant, that builds a confidence to throw that 50-yard bomb and strike to Mason. So
yeah, you throw one and you get one completed, it makes you want to throw another one. And
sure,
he got on a roll last week, man. He was throwing the football. He presented a whole different offense for us. And when that happened, you could just see those guys spread out and think, oh, my gosh, we got to protect the run and the pass. Joel did a great job in opening it up.
Sure, and some guys that come up big for us. Coach Beshore and I talked about it last week after the game. Logan Kish, the sophomore, come in, and he had 4 carries for 1 or 2 touchdowns, and he picked up a first down every single time he touched the ball, or got in the end zone. So that's big production out of a sophomore that can give a guy like Logan Crockett or Austin or Trace Wilhite a breather, and really set the game apart, And then another guy, Ian Googie, I feel like that kid, I've been waiting for him. Last year as a freshman was just a return guy. Now he's working in and out of that slot receiver spot with Terrell Davis. I think that kid is going to be – we're just scratching the surface on what he can do. I think he's going to be a great football player. And so whenever you can lean on a sophomore like that in a game where some guys need a break, and if we can wear them down, like you said, guys going both ways, and Coach Beshore saying how many guys they got going both ways, and all the returning starters, I think tonight we're probably going to have to lean on a guy like that again. And I know that Coach Beshore has whichever kid it's going to be it Logan or Ian or one, Mason Gastel. I think he's going to get production out of him here tonight, and just the way that he coaches, I have full faith that that'll happen.
Yeah, it's going to be it's a great night for football. It kind of the first couple of nights when you start the season like this, it's so hot, but tonight it's got a cool breeze to it. The suns went down, and I got to say something. Tim Timmons, an honorary captain tonight for the football team, and I know Tim's been going through some health issues, but you know, he's a good friend of mine and a good friend of a lot of people here. And I wish him the best. I'm glad he's here tonight because that means a lot to the kids. I think he's touched those kids' lives too.
Sure. And, you know, Tarrant, his son, and I graduated together. I've known Tim since we moved here whenever I was in second grade, and he coached me in baseball and had my freshman year. He was on the coaching staff of football, and now he's got a granddaughter that I got to coach in softball this last summer. So one guy that, you know, is pretty special, one not only to this town but to the sports in the town. And so wish nothing but best for Tim, and I agree with you. What an honorary captain to have here tonight in a big game.
Yeah, you know, they've got a card out here for him to ride on. He's not going to ride on that card. He's going to walk out there. And, you know, that's big stuff, you know.
Sure. Let's go over the captains for Mack County. Number 12, Cole Martin. Number 68, Garrett Grix. Did you get the other one there? 57, Danny Greider. And I'll get the other one for you here in just a minute. Standing ovation for Tim here.
Yeah.
Has all three of his boys out on the field with him, a special moment for them. Yeah, like I said, you know, they're reading off his bio, and you know, it could go a mile longer than it is written in that program.
It's going to make the night a little longer.
Sure.
But it's worth it. This guy's
every bit.
invested so much of his life into kids. It's amazing. You know, he coached my kids. My kids are 40 years old, so. You know, he's done a great job with them. So glad he's here tonight.
And probably coaching some games way back when you were doing the radio.
He actually helped me in the booth on doing basketball games back in the time. Tim and I had a good time. We'd kind of get on some rabbit trails once in a while, but man, we had a good time.
Sure, absolutely. And officials just talking it over with the captains here, getting ready to do the coin toss. As you mentioned, a little bit, it is cooling off, but I'm a red-haired, blue-eyed guy. It can't get cool enough for me. I always talk to the girls whenever I come in the gate down there. The games that pay off for me up in this booth are whenever it gets cold and rainy out, because it's 20 degrees hotter inside here at this time. So looks like Mack County going to receive the football here. So Tigers start off just like they did last week with kicking off the ball here in the first half. About a minute to kick off. We'll stay right here because we don't want to miss any of it. But Eisenhower Pregame, we appreciate all the sponsors that do that, that come through in this pregame with Eisenhower Lumber, American Family Insurance, and Lamar Bank and Trust with the keys to the game. Just go down the video sponsors real quick before we get started. McDonald's, Lamar Vision Solutions, Community National Bank and Trust, Jones Plumbing, Redneck Outdoors, Seed and Farm Supply, Mother Tucker's Pizza, Runyon CPA, USA Mortgage, Nathan Mayberry, Shelter Insurance, Bruce Boleen, American Family, Gearheads Garage, LBT, Vintage Chaos, Parks Mechanical and Excavation. Boy, it's a mile long. John does a good job of getting a bunch of sponsors, and we certainly appreciate all that. Like we say every week, that would not be possible without them. So about 15 seconds here. Rick, you feel like you got the rust knocked off? You ready to go here?
I'm just ready for him to kick it off. If I get carried away or don't say anything, I'm going to think I'm back home with my feet up on the couch. So,
sure.
You know.
I'll fire you up and get you in there.
Get me going.
Tonight's kickoff sponsor is LBT. Stop spending the time of your life paying bills. Use online banking at www.lbt.com. To kick off for the Tigers, number 43, Austin Wilkerson. He's approaching the football, puts the foot to it. High kick going towards the Lamar side, fielded at the 15, coming back to middle field, gets across the 20, up to the 25, across the 25. Going to be hit by a couple Tigers there, dropped down at the 28. Good job by that kick coverage. Looked like it was led by number 25, Logan Kish.
There was a great hit on the ball carrier at the end of the play, and he looked like he wanted to go to the sideline. When he turned and made that decision, he made a man that was the wrong place to go.
It was too much, and Tigers did get one taken to the house last week. Coach Lundeen felt like there was a hold on the play, but got that kick coverage team fired up here tonight. McDonald County going to break the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 30. Shotgun formation, one back in the backfield, two receivers to the right. One wing at the tailback spot. Snap to the quarterback. He's going to go right up the middle with it to the tailback, across the 30 up to the 35. Going to be brought down just shy of the 35 at the 34. And that was at number 25, Destin Dowd for McDonald County Mustangs. He's a guy, they did lose a starting running back last year, Rick, and he's a guy coming in as a sophomore filling in for those duties.
Yeah, it's pick up of 4 yards on the play, so they'll have a 2nd and 6.
Yep. 2nd and 6, as Rick mentioned, from the Mack County 34. Shotgun formation again, one back in the backfield, 2 receivers right. Snap to the quarterback, hands off to tailback up the middle. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, drove back by number 45, Kyler Nance, and good job there by the defense just flowing to the football. And just tell me right now, Rick, if you think that Coach Beshore didn't have this Tiger team fired up tonight.
Well, if you want them to run to the football, they got that down.
Sure. That was talking to head coach Jared Beshore's dad, Jeff Beshore, last week, and just, they started off last week at Reed's with those fireworks, and he called it tackling fuel. And I don't think they need any kind of fuel here tonight. Defense looking good here on the first 2 plays. 3rd and 6 from the Mack County 34. No gain on the play. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Motion to the left now. Motion back to the right. 2 guys moving at the same time, and that'll be a penalty on the play.
Got a motion penalty on it. You know that kids are at a height right now, Nate, because they're ready to go. They've been waiting on this game all week, and they're fired up, ready to go. So. And
I'm a defensive guy, and sometimes that fired up helps just a little bit, but to piggyback off your keys of the game, Tigers are fortunate enough to get a USA Mortgage stop here. Hopefully that offense slows down just a little bit and not quite as fired up and keeps it vanilla like you were saying.
Well, they did a good job with Reed Springs last time holding the running game down, so it looks like they're trying to do that this year.
3rd and 11 from the 29. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Quarterback looking to throw. He's under pressure. He's going to be hit at the 20-yard line, and they're going to blow his forward progress dead there at the 20-yard line. Looked like Trace Wilhite with first contact, and Tyson Williams coming from the other side. Looked like number 9 for the Lamar Tigers, Cameron Sturgill, was in on it too. Good job, Rick. That pocket just collapsed, and the quarterback didn't really have anywhere to go with it, and Tigers pick up a sack on the play.
It looked like they lost quite a bit of yardage on that play.
Yeah, it's a loss of 7 on the play. Going to bring up a 4th and 18 from the Mack County 22. 9:59 left in the game. We're scoreless. Mack County comes in to punt. Snap to the punter. Puts his foot into it. High end over end kick, but it's short. It's going to hit at the Mack County 40 and take a Mack County roll towards the 50-yard line. Actually going to be blown dead at the Mack County 49, so the Tiger offense is going to get to start in Mack County territory.
Well, you start the game out and you keep them in a -3 rushing for the night and shut them down 3 and out. That's a great job.
That's a good start. That's a good start, and that is a USA Mortgage defensive stop. Call Nathan Mayberry for all your mortgage needs. 417-214-9119. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, as I mentioned, from the Mack County 49. 9:46 left in the game. Shotgun formation for Beshore. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. At the wings, Crockett and Wilhite. Motion to the left with Terrell Davis. Beshore taking his time, letting Davis get set. Motion back to the right now. Snap to him, going to hand to Davis. He's across the 50, up to the 45. Going to get up to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and going to be knocked out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Big pickup there for Terrell Davis, a kid that, Rick, they've given him the ball. He hasn't hit one real good in that first game. Come back on a penalty, but he made up good on it. I don't see any flags on the field.
Looked like about 32 yards.
Good gain there for Terrell Davis, actually going to mark him out at the 17. 1st and 10 from the 17. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Mason Gastel far side to the Mack County side. Riley Hackett into the Lamar sideline. Snap to Beshore, hands off around the right side to Logan Crockett. He's up to the 10, bounces outside to the 5. Touchdown Lamar Tigers. And a quick strike there, Rick.
Well, is that the way you want to start it?
That's the way you want to start it, and they didn't do anything special, just 2 runs and you're in the end zone.
That was a sweet play, I tell you. Crockett, when he puts his head down, he's a lot to handle.
He's a motor. That's a Gearheads Garage touchdown on to attempt the Carthage Ag Service extra points, number 63. I've only said it 100 times, Jose Juarez. Snaps down, kicks up, and it's going to go wide left, no good. Tigers lead this one here 6-0, 9:34 left in the first quarter. You listen to 101.7 KHST. My Country will take a 30-second break and be right back.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust, your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Your busy lifestyle requires banking options like mobile deposit and people-to-people pay. With locations in Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri, let Community National Bank and Trust keep your finances safe and your spending smarter. Visit mybankcnb.com for a location near you. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Tigers lead this one here 6-0 with 9:34 left in the first quarter. Rick, 2 plays, 49 yards, and you're in the end zone. You can't ask for much more than that.
Makes your head spin a little, doesn't it?
It does. Now for the LBT kickoff, going to be Austin Wilkerson again. Back to receive for Mack County's number 25, Destin Dowd, and number 14, Jack Parnell. High kick towards the Lamar sideline again, fielded at the 15. He's going back towards midfield, across the 20, up to the 25, trying to get to the Mack sideline, hit at the 23, and going to be dropped down at the hit at the 27, going to be dropped down at the 30-yard line. Another good coverage there, Rick, by that kick coverage team.
Yeah, they're getting down. They really didn't have any place to go, and he tried to go right that time and cut it back, and our defensive guys were in their lanes. They were filling their lanes.
Yep. Just stay in that lane, and good things will happen. You get out of that lane, and they had the whole field covered for him there, confused him a little bit, enough to slow him up. Thought he was going to have a little room if he keeps continuing towards that Mack County sideline, but good job by the kick coverage again. 1st and 10 from the Mack County 31, 9:26 left in the first. Tigers up 6-0. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield with the quarterback. And there is a penalty flag on the play. See what we got here was on the Mack County side. That sideline judge there. Going to be an encroachment on the Lamar Tigers. Be a free 5 yards for the Mustangs.
Hey, when the fish are biting, you want to go to the fishing hole.
Yeah, that's right. That'll take the Mack County Mustangs up to their own 36, 1st and 5 now. Tiger defense running that 4-2, 4 defensive backs. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 back in the backfield. Snap to the quarterback. He's going to give it up the middle. He's powering ahead towards the 40, gets across the 40 up to about the 44-yard line and going to be brought down, but it is enough for a first down, Rick.
Yeah, he put his head down and run right in that between the guard and the center and took it down the road, so he did a good job.
Jacoby Montez filling in for Dowd there at that tailback spot, and if any indication there, he's a hammer for him, it looks like. Montez is going to stay in the game. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10 from the Mack 43. Snap to the quarterback. He's going to throw a comeback to the Mack sideline. He's going to be caught, and he's spun down around the 49-yard line of the Lamar Tigers. Gets across midfield, complete about 8 yards there.
He's got a good arm on him.
Yep, and, that's why I say, Coach Hoover, he highlighted that kid as a 3-year starter quarterback, and he is definitely the highlight to this offense. Good, smart play there by him. 2nd and 2 now from the Tiger 49. Snap to him up the middle, going to hand off to Montez. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, dove back, but about 3 tackles missed, and Mason Gastel comes in and lowers the boom.
It didn't work so good that time.
No. They were trying, with their hammer there, Montez trying to just pick up those 2 yards and get the first down, but credit the Tiger defensive line for getting them stopped, and then Mason Gastel coming from that corner spot and laying a hit. Now Mason trying to get in on that Mother Tucker's hit of the game here early in this one. Bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Mustangs. Montez going to stay in the game. Shotgun formation, 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. Snap to him, hands off to Montez again. He's dancing around trying to find some room. He's going to be hit a line of scrimmage, and Tigers come in and gobble him up.
Football.
No gain on the play.
Oh, they're going to call it down.
And they're going to say his forward progress stopped at the line of scrimmage, but that was led up by number 68, Lane Duncan, a first-year player here that Coach Beshore talked into coming out, and special play there for Lane, not giving up the 1 yard, and Matt is in a 4th and 1 now from the Tigers 48.
Tigers did a good job of filling the gaps that time. And when he got to the line of scrimmage, there wasn't anything there. He tried to break it outside, and the linebackers filled it up. They're going to go for it on 4th, looks like.
Yeah, taking some time to get the call in from the sideline. Yep, that's what I thought. Coach Hoover going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 30-second break, and we'll be right back. You listen to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust, your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Your busy lifestyle requires banking options like mobile deposit and people-to-people pay. With locations in Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri, let Community National Bank and Trust keep your finances safe and your spending smarter. Visit mybankcnb.com for a location near you. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Nate Eady and Rick Johnson bringing you this one here tonight. 7:26 left in the first. Tigers up 6-0. But Rick, we got a pivotal point here. Mack County into Lamar territory, just across the 50 at the Tiger 48. Look like they're going to go for it still to you.
Yeah, I think it does too. And they've tried up the middle. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to throw it.
Montez out, Dowd back in at tailback. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left. Now putting a fullback in front of Dowd. Dowd behind the quarterback now. Motion with Dowd out to the Tiger sideline. Snap to the quarterback. He's going to pull up to throw. Tries to throw it underneath. He's hit by Tyson Williams. Incomplete into the dirt. And that's another USA Mortgage defensive stop.
I tell you what, he had his arm cocked to throw the football, and that's as far as he got.
Yep. They put Dowd in motion out here. I think they was just trying to run a bubble to him. Credit the defensive backs for covering that up and giving Tyson Williams some time. It made number 12 there, starting quarterback Cole Martin, made him rethink it and tried to go to another wide receiver. By that time, it was too late. Tyson Williams put a hit on him, and the ball goes into the dirt.
Well, the other thing you've got is you've got a Lamar Tiger offense that scored on 2 plays with a short field. Again, That's got to wear on you.
Sure. Tigers just starting about 4 yards difference from where they did last time. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 48, 7:23 left in the first quarter. Tigers up 6-0. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Beshore in the shotgun. Terrell Davis still in at that slot. No, it's Ian Googie. Motion with Googie. Beshore keeping it himself, and he's going to be hit just past the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard there, Rick.
Yeah, they were waiting for that play. And, sometimes when you get a defensive scheme up, you key on somebody. But I often wondered watching Lamar play, who do you key on? How many people can run the football? How do you key on? It looks like they've decided they're going to take Joel away.
Yep.
Or try to.
Yep, and I kind of felt like that if they give Ian that, he's one block out here and with his speed, but not the play that Coach Beshore wanted. That brings up a 2nd and 9 now for the Tigers from their own 49. 6:45 left in the first. Tigers up 6-0. 1 receiver left, 1 right. Googie in the backfield with Beshore now. Beshore hands off around the right side to Logan Crockett. He's across the 50 up to the 45 and going to be brought down there just at the 44-yard line. Just shy of the first down there, Rick. Maybe gain of 7 or 8 on the play. What is it?
Yeah, he did a great job of putting his head down and getting what they'd give him.
Sure.
When you're in Lamar, when you're a Lamar football team and you're at the 50-yard line, you're almost in 4-down territory every time you touch the football.
Sure.
So, if you're Mack County and you think, well, we stopped them pretty good on 2nd down, you got 2 more downs.
Sure.
You got to be ready.
Yep, 3rd and 2 now for the Tigers from the Mack County 44. Heavy set Mike Mills checking into the game at the fullback. Snap to the quarterback. He's going to roll out and he's going to pull up to throw. He's got Trace Wilhite, and it's going to be caught at the 25. Fight over the football. Trace retains possession, and they're going to say that it was a catch, and he's out of bounds at the 23-yard line. 22, excuse me.
22-yard pass play.
Yep. Man, I would have bet good money that was going to be a follow with Joel Beshore, and he picks up to throw it, and Coach Beshore dials up a nice one there, catches Mack County off guard. But when Trace had his hands on that ball, it was a fight for the football, and Trace come up with it.
I tell you, when they pass the ball, they open up everything.
Sure. 1st and 10 now from the Mack 22. 5:56 left. Tigers up 6-0. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Motion to the left with Terrell Davis. Beshore going to throw out in the flat to Terrell. He's going to get up to the 20. Puts a juke move on at the 20-yard line. Gets across just there, and pursuit caught up with him, Rick, there. But what a juke move he put on number 25, Dowd, there. Just a bubble screen, and Dowd had a bead on him, and Davis put his foot in the ground. Nice juke move on him to pick up another 1 or 2 yards.
He made a lot out of not very much.
Sure, 4-yard gain. 5.5 left here in the first quarter. Tigers up 6-0. Bring up a 2nd and 6 from the Mack 18.
Joel likes to throw the football, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Shotgun formation for him. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Terrell Davis staying in at the slot. Austin Wilkerson comes into the game at the wing. Motion to the right with Davis. Motion back to the left. Beshore going to keep it himself up the middle. He's across the 15 and going to be brought down right there about the 13-yard line. 5-yard gain on the play there for Beshore.
Jared's quick to the hole, and they've got too many kids spread out, running balls both ways, and they're trying to keep Joel in containment, but they've got a problem.
Sure, a lot of weapons to guard.
Yeah.
I would hate to be the defensive coordinator for Mack over there. Bring up a 3rd and 1 from the Mack 13, 4.5 left. Tigers up 6-0. Shotgun formation to Beshore. He's going to go straight ahead with it. Puts a juke move on at the line of scrimmage, gets up to the 10-yard line, and it is going to be enough for a Stevens Automotive first down. Stevens Automotive first down. Tigers keep the drive going like Stevens Automotive keeps your car rolling. Go ahead.
You know, when you have somebody like Crockett that can run, 18 yards and score a touchdown, that's a big deal. But when Joel's getting those 3-4 yard gains, getting first downs, leaving them on the field, boy, that means a ton.
Sure. Shotgun formation. 1st and 10 now from the MAC 10. Be a 1st and goal. Excuse me. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Motion to the left with Ian Googie. Snap to Beshore, hands off around the delay to the right side to Logan Crockett. He's driving ahead to the goal line, and I don't think he got in. Rick going to be just shy down at the 1-yard line. 9-yard carry there for Logan Crockett. Thought he was going to carry 2 MAC defenders into the end zone with him there, but knee gets down just before he crosses the goal line with the football. Put a 2nd and goal for the Tigers from the 1.
You get down here, it's almost like, how do you want to score? Do you want to run around the end, or do you want to break it up the middle, or when they bring the Mills kid in to run deep, oh my word, that's not fair.
Going to stay in the normal set here. Shotgun formation for Beshore. Trace Wilhite in at the wing now. Snap to him, gives it to Logan Crockett again. Logan just walks into the end zone for Lamar. Tiger touchdown. Pair of TDs now for Logan Crockett, and Tiger offense getting 2 touchdowns here in the first. Looks like Coach Beshore going to go for 2 here. Had the missed extra point after the first touchdown, so that's a Gearheads Garage touchdown. And now on for the Carthage Ag Service 2-point conversion here. See what happens. Another hard run there by Logan Crockett, but I think you could have drove a pretty good, I'm not going to say a Mack truck, but maybe you could have fit a Chevy or a Ford. Oh, wait, that's probably we probably don't want that sponsorship.
You didn't see a lot of white jerseys want to jump in that hole.
Nope. Beshore in the shotgun. Snap to him. Going to hand off around the left side. Reverse back to the right to Terrell Davis. He's looking for the end zone and going to come up just short. 2-point conversion, no good. Tigers up 12-0. 3:21 left in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back. You listen to 101.7 KHST.
Now that the sun is getting hotter, you need to stay cooler. Shady's Tent and Detail can help you do just that. Auto, residential, or commercial window tinting is a specialty of Shady's. They also do auto glass repair and replacement, plus spray-in bed liners. Stop in and see the new location across from Clements Plumbing and Heating on 12th Street in Lamar. Call 417-392-9200 to schedule your appointment. Stay cooler and protect your investment.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Lamar Tigers up here 12-0 with 3:21 left in the first quarter. And now for the Lamar Bank and Trust kickoff. Lamar Bank and Trust is open 24/7 with online banking, mobile deposit, and Tiger Pride debit cards. Rick, looks like Austin Wilkerson going to handle the kicking duties. They kind of have submarined that with him and Juarez, but Austin doing the first 3 here tonight. Austin approaching the football. Puts the foot to a little lower kick, but towards the Lamar sideline, going to hit at the 10-yard line and check up there. He's across the 15, back to midfield, across the 20, up to the 25, and going to be drugged down just maybe. They're going to say he got across the 30 up to the 31. I thought maybe his knee went down on the other side of the 30, but I'm a long ways from the play. So.
Yeah, they did a better job that time of returning that kickoff and got a little space and gaps. So,
sure.
Sometimes you change things up. Evidently, they don't want to kick to the other side. So.
Sure. Officials, water break. We'll go ahead and stay right here with it, Rick. Just talking about that kickoff there, I felt like that was the best kickoff that I've seen out of Austin this year. He's gotten some really high ones, but they tend to be short right down there at the 20. Coach Lundin and I have talked about it after the games here, but that one went down to the 10 and checked up nice like a 56 degree that you're trying to hit from about 60 yards out.
Like your wedge shot, right?
Yeah, that's right. Not my wedge shot. I don't know.
Okay.
I know you've never golfed with me, but I know it's not my wedge shot.
Well, we call it that, and nobody's going to question us on it.
I'm sure. What you got going? Oh, yes. Would like to mention it is the 60th anniversary of Marva Jean and Jay Stahl, 60th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
That's nearly double how long I've been alive.
Huh.
So that's, You talk about guys like Tim Timmons, Jay Stahl, another one of those guys. I think he always ends up with that Tiger superfan parking spot over there on the visitor side where he can sit in his car. But Jay and Marvin Jean sitting in the south end zone and enjoying being outside here tonight.
Not that they're trying to draw any attention to him.
Right. Just that big gold 60 hanging over his head.
Absolutely.
So. I don't know who we won't get into it. I was going to say, but I don't know who's got the sacrifice in that deal.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 for Mack County from their own 31. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap to the quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. He's across the 30 up to the 35 and going to be hit there by number 68, Lane Duncan, again, and number 49 for the Lamar Tigers. Let me get a number for you here, Matthew Nance. Gain of about 7 there on the play, was it, Rick?
I think that's about right.
Yep.
Yep, 7 yards.
And talking about that quarterback there, that was just a good read for Cole Martin. That defensive line was crashing on that left side, and he decided to pull it out of his tailback's belly and pick up 7 there. Shotgun formation again. Snap to him, going to hand off to Dowd. He cuts it back, and he's going to get up to the 40-yard line and going to be blistered there by number 43, Austin Wilkerson. Boy, Dowd got across the line of scrimmage by about a yard, and it looked like he might have some room, but talked about it last week. Austin Wilkerson in that goal line stand had 2 big tackles, and I mean, he dished it out right there. Now I've got 2 runners for the hit of the game.
Looked like he met the guard dog right at the fence.
That's right. Put the Mack County Mustangs in a 3rd and 1 now. Well, that was a big hit. You hear it all through the stands. Anytime you hear that ooh go across the stands, you know it was a good one.
That is. Shotgun
formation for Martin. Snap to him. Going to hand off to Dowd up the middle again. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, trudging ahead, squeaks through, and they're going to mark him there at the 43-yard line about, and that will be enough to pick up a 1st down for Mack County.
They did a good job. They just, in this game, it's not any different than pro games or any college game you play. It's how you play the 1st down. It sets the whole stage for everything you do.
Sure.
And, when Mack County got a pretty good run on that 1st down, it put them in a short yardage. Had 2 downs, 3 downs to get that short yardage. And if you do a good job on 1st down, it's going to be a long night.
Sure. And Dowd just looked like contacted the line of scrimmage, but squeaked through there and picked up an extra couple and got the 1st down. Now 1st and 10 from the Mack 43. Snap to Martin, hands off to Dowd up the middle again. He's going to be hit at the 44-yard line and it blows forward progress down there. Gain of maybe a yard or 2 there on the play.
Well, what you see is with Mack County, you see the first adjustments being made. Instead of running in the flow of the direction the handoff's going, he's stopping and cutting it back. He's trying to play on Lamar's aggressiveness. Lamar's going to have to stay in their lanes and stay home.
Bring up a 2nd and 8 from the Mustang 45, 58 seconds left. Tigers up 12-0. Shotgun formation for Martin. 2 receivers to the left. Snap to Martin. He's going to keep it himself. Gets across the 45, cuts back. He's up to the 50, breaks the tackle, lowers his head at the 45. He's across the 40. Going to be brought down by number 18, Joel Beshore, just shy there of the 35-yard line. Going to mark him at the 36. Boy, he's legit. He got in the open field there. Martin did and lowered the boom. I didn't see who he truck sticked over there, but picked up another 5 after he lowered that big hit.
Joel saved 6 on that one.
Sure he did. Martin got a little bit of speed to him there, just took his time, got through the line of scrimmage, broke a tackle at the 50, and scampered up to the 36. Bring up a 1st and 10 from the Tiger 36. 30 seconds left in the 1st half. Tigers up 12-0. Mustangs going to break the huddle, coming out in two receivers left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield with Martin. Snap to Martin. He's going to hand off to Dowd. Dowd taking his time, gets across the 35 and going to be hit at the 33, 34-yard line. Destin Dowd, it's just patient running, and I think you're right, Rick. He's just playing off that aggressiveness and got to get those lanes filled and shut that down.
Well, they've got a game plan, and they're going to stay to it until, being down 12-0 is not so bad.
Sure. I'll bring it into the 1st quarter. Tigers up 12-0. We'll take a 1-minute break, and be right back. You listen to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Hi, I'm Nathan Mayberry with USA Mortgage. USA Mortgage is one of the leading mortgage lenders in the state of Missouri, giving us the capabilities to help you out, whether if you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned homeowner. Don't hesitate to contact me for your mortgage financing needs. I can be reached anytime at 417-214-9119. NMLS number 256722, branch address 2401 East 32nd Street, Suite 5, Joplin, Missouri 64804. DAS Acquisition Companies LLC, DBA USA Mortgage, NMLS number 227262. Not a commitment to lend. Additional
at Cox Health. As one of Southwest Missouri's choice employers, we keep these traditions alive by continually investing in the technology, resources, and people that make us the region's healthcare leader. If you're ready to explore the possibilities of a Cox Health career, we'd love to meet you. Life-changing careers happen here. Call 417-269-5627 or go to coxhealth.com/careers.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Second and 8 for the Mustangs. Martin going to keep it up the middle, gets across the 35 up to about the 31 or 32. See where they're marking, 31-yard line, Rick. That'll bring up a third down now for the Mustangs.
Picked up about 3 on the play.
Looked like a little confusion in the backfield. Maybe a guy that on the mesh wasn't there for Martin and just keeps it himself and picks up 3 on the play. Putting Mustangs in a 3rd and 5 now, 11.5 left in the first half. Tigers up 12-0. 3rd and 5 from the Tiger 31. Shotgun formation for Martin. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield's Dowd. Snap to Martin, high snap, and he's going to slowly work his way to the middle. He gets across the 30 up to the 25-yard line, and a big hit there again, but not before Martin can pick up the first down at the 24.
Tigers have lost a little bit of their penetration. They picked up first down on that. So
sure.
But I think the deception of throwing the football, they're not as anxious to get up inside.
Sure. And that is a big offensive line there for the Mustangs. Martin playing off that, just taking his time and waiting for something to open up, and did it there. Just a little bit of a delay, and then he shoots it up inside, hits the burners, and picks up the first down. 1st and 10 now from the Tiger 23. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield's Dowd. Snap to Martin. Going to throw out in the flat. He's going to be hit and met by Joel Beshore right at the Tiger sideline. Gain of maybe a yard or an inch just back to the line of scrimmage. Good job there by Joel Beshore, sniffing that little bubble screen out and coming up and laying a good hit.
Tigers had 102 yards in that first quarter. Mack County had 41. They kind of got it going late in the quarter. It seems like they found something that they like.
Mm-hmm. Coach Wilk will get it sniffed out here, but hopefully Tigers can get this drive shut down. 2nd and 9 now from the Tiger 22. 10:38 left in the half. Tigers up 12-0. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Dowd in the backfield again. Martin motion to the far wide receiver, a signal, and he's going to throw it out in the comeback route, and it's complete at the 16-yard line. Brought down by number 2, Mason Gastel. Did you see that signal by Martin to his wide receiver over there? It was number 5 for the Mustangs, Colton Rudick. And he motioned, he gave him some sort of signal before that play went off and called that comeback route. Pretty good play call, but it'll put the Mustangs in a 3rd and 3 now from the Tiger 16.
Big down right here for the Tigers.
Sure, and if that's one-on-one coverage, if Mason doesn't make that tackle, it could have been 6. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap to the quarterback. Delayed, and he's going to go up the middle, but he trips and falls down. They're going to mark him down at the 16 or 17-yard line. Looks like maybe a loss of a yard there. Going to say he got back just to the line of scrimmage. Martin kept it himself there after the delayed handoff fake to Dowd and just tripped over his own 2 feet. Bring up a 4th down now. Tigers here, crucial spot here for this Tiger defense. Played so well in that first quarter, and Mack coming on late at the end of that first quarter, and they're driving here. 9:22 left in the half. Tigers up 12-0. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap to the quarterback. He hands off up the middle to Dowd. He's going to get it to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be stuffed back to the 16. No gain on the play, maybe a gain of a yard. Credit that Tiger defense there. Big Mike Mills was in on it. Tucker Torbeck, Logan Crockett, whole host of them there. Rick coming up big.
The plays they've had that's worked is the little swing pass out, pick up yardage. They've done some. Lamar's doing some adjustments, just like Matt County did adjustments on offense. You've seen Lamar adjust on defense, and they stopped that run up the middle.
Sure.
They said, if you're going to beat us somewhere else.
That's right. Good job there by the Tiger defense. It seemed like every week somebody sniffs close to the goal line. They do a good job of setting it down. That was enough for a USA Mortgage defensive stop. 1st and 10 now for the Tigers from their own 15. One back in the backfield's Logan Crockett with Beshore. One receiver left, one right. Bringing an extra tight end now. Snap to Beshore. Hands off up to Logan Crockett. He's across the 20, up to the 25, to the 30, to the 40, to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Rick.
About 85 yards.
About 85 yards there for Logan Crockett, and you called it, Rick. But there is a flag on the field back at the Lamar Tiger 31. Oh, man. Right there about where Gary Barnes is standing is where that flag is. Sideline warning for the Lamar Tigers. See what we got here. Are they going to? Yeah, just a warning. That will be a touchdown. So Tiger, that will be enough for an 85-yard Gearheads Garage touchdown. Boy, you hate to see something like that come back. And, you're excited on the sideline when a kid rips off a run like that, but got to stay composed and think about the game, too. Luckily, just a warning for the Tigers. Touchdown will hold. Tigers up 18-0 now, 9 minutes even left in the first half. On to attempt the Carthage Ag Service extra point is Jose Juarez. I keep wanting to call him Juan. Hunter Lundeen to hold. Snap to Lundeen, holds down, kicks it up, and it is good. Tigers lead this one 19-0 now. 9 minutes left even in the half. You've been listening to 101.7 KHST. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back.
Do you want real pizza made fresh with homemade dough and sauce with all the ingredients? Go to Mother Tucker's Pizza. Your perfect pizza is waiting. They have curbside delivery, dine-in, daily buffet, fresh daily salad, or you can try the nachos, wings, mushrooms, and toasted right out of the oven sandwiches. Mother Tucker's Pizza has 12 specialty pizzas, or they can custom make yours. They also have a patio to hang out with friends and family. Come on by before the game. We're open Friday night home games only until 10 for carryout. Mother Tucker's Pizza, the pizza you've been waiting on. Next to the golf course in Lamar.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Nate Eady and Rick Johnson bringing you this one here. And Rick, Tigers coming off just an 85-yard strike from Logan Crockett, and he's having a heck of a game here tonight.
Yeah, Logan's at 5 rushes for 120 yards.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
and 3 touchdowns.
Most guys would be happy with that in 2 games.
Yep. Lamar Tiger kickoff sponsored by LBT. Lamar Tiger Football and Lamar Bank and Trust, a winning combination. Now, Wilkerson going to take a break, and Juarez is going to kick off for the Tigers. Juarez approaching the football. Puts his foot to it. High kick. Going to be fielded at about the 14-yard line. He's going to go right up the middle with it, across the 20, up to the 25. Going to be brought down just shy of the 30 there at the 29. Another good job, Rick, there by the kick coverage.
Yeah, they did a good job on their lanes that time. There wasn't really a place to go. So good job, Tigers, on the kickoff.
As a defensive guy myself, and you come off the field and you get that stop, and you're happy for Logan for hitting that 85-yard strike, but give me just a couple plays to catch my breath. I guess you get it on the extra point and the break between the kickoffs. So.
Absolutely.
And Logan was in on that fourth down stop, so he handled a big share of the duties on both sides of the ball in the last 2 plays. 1st and 10 now for the Mack County Mustangs from their own 30. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 1 back in the backfield's Dowd. Martin looking over the defense. Going to take the snap. Going to pull it back down, fakes the run, throws over the middle to number 5. It's going to be incomplete over his head. Looked like Martin was a little confused there where his receivers was, but there is a flag down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a hold on the Mack County Mustangs. I didn't see. That pocket was collapsing, and Martin got a little confused. It seemed like he couldn't find the route that he was looking for and threw behind his receiver, but credit Mason Gastel for staying in good coverage there.
They're going to take the penalty. They're going to not take the penalty.
Let's see what Coach Wilkerson decides to do here. He says back him up.
Back him up, yeah.
I think so, too.
Make them throw the football.
Sure, make them throw the football, and, don't let them nickel and dime you on those delayed runs. 8:49 now left in the first half. Tigers up 19-0. Bring up a 1st and 22 from the Mack County 18. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Martin in the shotgun, Dowd with him in the back there. Snap to Martin. He's going to fake it, throws a little comeback route to number 5. It's going to be complete at the 25 and going to be just shut down there at the 26. Good job there by Mason Gastel, but I feel like he's giving him a little too much cushion on that. But it is one-on-one coverage, so if you miss that, that can make you pay big time.
Yeah, he's trying not to be beat deep, but they're going to take that because they're struggling for anything they can get.
Sure. Gain of about 9 on the pass there. Is that what you had?
Yeah, 9 on the pass.
Coach Hoover getting the call in from the sideline, taking a little bit more time here on this drive. You get a little bit longer yardage situation. You got to think about that play call. Mack breaks the huddle. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield with Martin. Snap to Martin, high snap. He's going to pull it down. Pump fakes, tries to go up the Tiger sideline. The pocket's collapsing. He throws up the Tiger sideline. Mason Gastel goes up and gets it. Interception for the Lamar Tigers at the Tiger 41-yard line. Good job there. And what about the patience on Mason Gastel, Rick?
Remember what I talked to you about with the turning your head around and finding the ball?
Yep.
Gastel saw it all the way.
Sure.
He ran to the football.
Yep.
And it was a great play.
And
he found it before the receiver found it.
Sure, absolutely. And credit that defensive line for making that pocket collapse. Martin throwing off his back foot. Good job. And you never have to wonder about Mason Gastel going up and getting a jump ball. And the receiver never knew where it was. So good enough for a USA Mortgage defensive stop. Call Nathan Mayberry for all your mortgage needs. 417-214-9119. Water break here, but we'll stay right here, Rick.
You got – Mack County's got about 25, about 60 yards in the game so far. They had 40 in the first quarter, and they've had like 9 the second half or the second quarter. And they're doing Tigers are figuring it out. It's such a game of adjustments throughout the whole game. All the years we did football, I always told my cohort, I said, we got the best adjustment makers in the business. Mm-hmm. They see things. They make a bunch of adjustments, and they do. You don't go to a game plan and run it the whole way all the time. And, these guys are making adjustments on the fly, and these kids are adjusting to it. They're doing a great job.
And, just piggybacking off of that, that's a testament to the coaching staff right there because Mason, kid picks up a 9-yard gain. You think he's going to be aggressive on that pump fake. And Mason didn't bite at all, stayed in position, and got the interception.
Well, he saw what he did the first time when he got in trouble. He threw it long, and he was waiting on him.
Yep. 1st and 10 now for the Tigers from their own 41. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Will Height and Crockett in at the wings. They're going to go motion now to the right. It's going to be quads receivers to the right. 1 receiver to the left, Mason Gastel. Snap to Beshore, throws out a bubble screen underneath to Riley Hecken and caught at the 40 up to the 45. Going to be brought down just on the other side of the 50, about the 48.5 there.
Like about 10 yards, 11 yards on the play, about 11.
I like the play call. That's enough for a Stevens Automotive first down. I like the play call there by Coach Beshore. You put Trace Wilhite and Logan Crockett out there to block on a bubble screen for Riley Heckinen. Riley, a guy, first-year player. Coach Beshore talked about him. Hasn't got a whole lot of love. They tried to go to him a few times last week, just couldn't get it working. So give him a short one and let him run. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Same formation. Crockett and Wilhite go in motion. Beshore looking towards the sideline for the call. Snap to Beshore. He's going to pull up to throw, looking to Mason Gastel's side, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the left. He's going to be chased back there at the 50, gets across the 50, up to the 45, to the 40, to the 30, cuts back inside at the 25, going to be brought down at the 21-yard line.
Got a flag.
Yep, I seen it come in out of the corner of my eye. I try to follow that football, but I seen that one come in late. Penalty back there about the 46-yard line, and it will be a hold against the Tigers. That seems to never fail, Rick. Whenever a play breaks down and you got to run out of the pocket, your linemen are trying to save your life, and sometimes you get hit with that hold.
And they do. They save your life.
Sure, it saved his life, but cost him 10 yards, you know.
If you could see Joe run out of that pass formation, you knew they were trying to save his life.
Sure.
That's good.
So they'll mark it off from the original line of scrimmage, or they take it from the spot of the foul. It is going to be from the spot of the foul back to Tigers up to their own 35 now. Now what do you do here, Rick, if you're Coach Beshore here on a 1st and 26 from your own 36?
You stay with the game plan.
Sure.
And, you know, when you're breaking these runs, they've had 4 runs over 20 yards, so just stay with your game plan.
Yep. Chip away at it. You got 3 downs. If you get across that 50, you're in 4-down territory, like you said earlier.
Absolutely.
Shotgun formation, two receivers to the right. Now Wilkerson and Crockett go in motion. Bubble screen to Terrell Davis, caught at the 31. He gets across the 35, up to the 40, up to the 41, up to the 45-yard line. Nice little 9-yard gain there. Same play they ran to Riley Heckett and just came the other way with it there. A little bubble screen to Terrell Davis.
You know, they're going to run. They're going to run that till they figure it out.
Sure.
They're going to make them stop it.
Sure. And if you got a guy like Mason Gaston on the other side, you pump fake that and the whole defense goes, you know you can go up top to him.
Or you got a guy like Joe Beshore that'll run up the middle.
Sure.
You got to pick your poison.
Yep. Tiger's going to go shotgun formation, but put Logan Crockett in behind Beshore now. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 1 at the wings, Austin Wilkerson. 2nd and 16. Snap to Beshore, hands off to Crockett. He's across the 45, stiff arms a guy, gets up to the 50, stiff arms another guy, but going to be brought down, knocked out of bounds. No, not bring him down, but knocked him out of bounds there about the 49-yard line of the Mack County territory.
They got 6 yards on the run.
Yep, 6 yards there for Logan Crockett. He is something we talked about last year with him. That kid is absolutely hard to bring to the ground. I don't ever want to say that he's down because you never know when he's going to break 2 or 3 tackles and keep going.
It's besides the fact that he's big, he can run fast.
Sure. Yeah, he was a 100-meter runner in track season. That's a whole lot of weight moving, but he does a good job of running the football. 3rd and 11 now for the Tigers from the Mack County 49. Shotgun formation. Motion to the left with Ian Googie. Beshore going to pull up to throw. He's going to go on the wheel route to Logan Crockett. He's at the 30, just overthrows him. Crockett can't pull it in.
He had Gastel on a slant pattern.
Sure, I seen that there running the post, and I didn't know if I got to stay with the football. I seen Mason break on that post out of the corner of my eye, and I was wondering if he had him. He went back to Crockett on the wheel route, just overthrew him.
It's almost, it's entertaining to watch him throw it, but you almost want to throw it to Gastel every time.
Sure.
He's big and he's tall and he's open.
I trust him in a jump ball every time.
Absolutely.
Tigers going to punt now. Be the freshman, number 10, Alex Wilkerson, to punt. Tigers up 19-0. 6:03 left in the half. 4th and 11 for the Tigers. Snap to Wilkerson. Puts his foot to it. High kick. Nice little spiral towards the Mack sideline. It's going to hit at the Tiger 10 and take a Lamar roll. Thought they were going to get that one down at the 1, but that was a
great effort on that.
It was number 15 there, Tate Ansley.
Absolutely. He had his mind set up. He was going to try to go get it, and he almost did.
That was a beauty of a punt. And
really good punt.
If you punt that thing from the 30, you probably do have him pinned down there near the 1-yard line, but it took a heck of a Lamar roll and fast. Thought the kick coverage was going to get it down at the 1. Unfortunately, didn't be a touchback. Put the Mack County Mustangs in a 1st and 10 from their own 20 now. 5:55 left in the first half. Tigers up 19-0. Shotgun formation for Martin. They're going to bring in Mora now, Montez, the hammer tailback. Martin looking over the defense, hands off to Montez up the middle. He's taking his time getting across the 20 up to the 24-yard line and going to be brought down by number 17, Trace Wilhite. Just kind of even though that guy's kind of their hammer guy, whenever they put him in there, he's only been in a handful of times. Most of the time it's Dowd handling the ball for him in the backfield, but he even their hammer took his time there, slow playing it.
Well, there wasn't anything there.
Sure. Coach Hoover maybe telling us something he's seen with Tigers defense, telling him to be patient. Snap to Martin. Now he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Montez, it was number 9 for the Lamar Tigers. Cameron Sturgill hit him in the backfield. That time the patience didn't pay off for him.
Absolutely.
See if did it give him a loss on the player? They mark his forward progress dead at the line of scrimmage.
I think they must have marked his.
They gave him a gain of a yard.
Yeah, they gave him
a gain of a yard there by Montez. Bring up a 3rd and 6 now from the Mack County Mustang 24. 4:50 left in the first half. Tigers up 19-0.
They're running on Big Mike's side, and that's kind of surprising. That's why they're hesitating before they try to. They must have an offensive lineman they want to run behind.
Shotgun formation. Martin takes a snap, looking for a guy still holding the football, throws deep over the middle. It's going to be caught at the 45, across the 50, up to the 45. Foot race with Austin Wilkerson. He gets him brought down at the 25, looks like. Just a slow developing play, and I didn't see where the coverage broke down, but looked like a foot race there between him and number 5, Colton Ruddick. Austin got him caught, but he's deep into Lamar territory all the way down to the 25.
It's about a 75-yard play.
Yeah. Just a long drag looked like across the middle, and the coverage got behind him. Austin was over helping out on the sideline with the other DBs, and that kind of bit the Tigers there.
It tells you what he can do if he gets time to throw it.
Sure. Good athlete is Cole Martin. Shotgun formation now. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap to Martin. Hands off up the middle to Dowd. He gets across the 25 up to the 24. He's going to be hit. Going to be brought down about the 21, 22-yard line. Gain of 3 or 4 there on the play. 4-yard gain on the play. 3:50 now left in the first half. Tigers up 19-0 still, but Mack County threatening again back into Tiger territory. Tiger defense seems like they've been on the field a lot with all the quick strikes that the offense have done.
They have been. You know, the Tigers have scored so quick that they've been out there a lot.
2nd 6 now from the Tiger 21. Snap to Martin, hands off up the middle to number 32. He gets across the 20-yard line, lowers his head, and gets near the 15. Maybe going to mark him. See where they mark him. 16-yard line, I think. Gain of 5 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and short here. That was Jared Mora, another tailback now. So you got Montez, Dowd, and Mora handling carrying duties there for the Mustangs. Looks like Tiger's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 30-second break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Farming is a competitive business, which is why 4-State farmers entrust their grain handling to Brandt, like Brandt's new swing-away augers that deliver up to 22% more grain capacity, the fastest in the industry, saving precious time when you need it the most. Their full line of augers, belts, carts, and vacs gets the job done every time. So if you're looking for an advantage at harvest time, get yourself some worry-free performance from Brandt and lead the field.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Tiger defense here got a 3rd and 2 from their own 17. 3:10 left in the first half, Rick, and they're up 19-0.
You know, they've had the ball 14 plays this quarter. We've had it 5 times. We've scored on 5. We scored a touchdown on 5 plays.
That's unbelievable.
But you know what that does? It wears your defensive out because the defense on the clock is out there a lot longer than the offensive.
Sure, and if you can look to the other side of that, you know, we talked about how they had 15 returning starters, a lot of guys playing both ways, so that can wear on them both ways if they're having to trudge these drives out and you're not getting any reward at the end of the thing. So
they say it's harder to play defense than it is offense.
That's right. 3rd and 2 now from the Tiger 17. Shotgun formation for Martin. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap to Martin. He's going to keep it himself. Staying patient, gets across the 15. Going to be brought down on the other side of the 15, about the 12-yard line. That's enough for a Mack County Mustang first down. Nothing special there, Rick. He just kind of picked and choosed his way through it and was enough to pick up the first down.
He's smart in the sense that he knows what he's got to get.
And that's what you get in a 3-year starter at quarterback.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Kid's a good athlete for sure, not taking anything away from him. See if the Tiger defense can stiffen up here at the end of this half.
Makes it a little tougher down here when they get inside the 20.
Yep. 1st and 10 now from the Tiger 12. Shotgun formation for Martin. Snap to him. Nobody there on the fake handoff. He's going to be hit in the backfield by Kyler Nance, but he breaks a tackle and gets across the 10. Going to be brought down just at the 9-yard line. Man, Kyler Nance had him in the backfield and let go of it. I don't know if it was so much Martin broke that tackle or if Kyler thought the help was coming and loosened up.
I don't think he could believe he had him back there with nobody out back there with him. So
that would have been a loss of probably 3 on the play. Martin took the snap and his tailback was lined up to his left. He faked the handoff to the right, nobody there, and shows you what an athlete he is. Picks up a couple yards there on the play, brings up a 2nd and 7 now from the Tiger 9. 2 minutes left. Snap to Martin, hands off the middle. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, driving him back, see where they mark him, maybe give him a little bit on the forward progress. No, they're going to say no gain on the play. Good job there by the Tiger defensive line stiffening up. Looked like Big Mike was in on some of that action.
They switched Mikes to the other side.
Looked like number 69 checking in for, we call him Baby Googe, but his name's Rourke Dillon. He looks just like Caleb Googe, same number, same hair, everything, just a little bit shorter. So Rourke Dillon, the sophomore, coming in here for the Lamar Tigers at the defensive line spot.
Well, it's not, they've been out there a long time.
3rd and 6 now for the Mustangs from the Tiger 8. Shotgun formation, motion to the left. Snap to him. He's going to keep it himself around the right side, cuts back up inside, going to be hit at the 5, breaks a tackle, and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, McDonald County Mustangs. 1 minute, 11 seconds left in the first half, and the Mustangs get in on the board. Just kind of another, it looked like a QB sweep, but he cut it up inside, and he did break a tackle there at the 5, but after that, he was end zone dancing.
A lot of that's penetration. You know, if your offensive line is making penetration, not letting them get in the backfield, Lamar doesn't have quite the push they had earlier in the game.
Sure, and you bring in a guy like Rourke Dillon, and he's a sub that we hadn't seen on the varsity field, and they ran right over him there. Snaps down, kicks up, and it is good. Lamar Tigers lead now 19-7, minute 11 left in the first half. Take a 30-second break and be right back. You listen to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Every patient, every time. At Vision Solutions, we take pride in providing excellent eye care. Functional and trendy frames, the best in lens technology, specialty clinics for dry eye, macular degeneration, glaucoma, and more. We are sure to have exactly what you need at Vision Solutions.
Griffith in Lamar.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Matt County Mustangs get on the board finally here late in the first half. Brings the score Tigers 19, Mustangs 7. 1 minute, 11 seconds left in the first half, Rick, and just a long sustained drive, but all set up by the big pass play. Would you say it was 75? How many yards?
75 yards was the big play. And, you know, take care of the football right here. You got a minute.
Sure.
You got a minute left. You can go in the half up 12.
Yep.
Or if you get a good return, let Joel throw it.
Sure. Got an all-state receiver. We seen it last week after that defensive stop. McDonald County puts the foot to it. It's a bit of a short kick, going to hit at the 19, and Terrell Davis going to take it across the 20 up to the 25. Going to be hit just past the 25 by a Mustang kick coverage there. Going to be brought down at the 28-yard line, looks like. Not a big return, but that kind of bottlenecked up on Terrell there. Really nowhere to go.
It'll be interesting to see what Jared does. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't try to run a play that's went pretty well.
Sure.
Try to bust one for 30 yards or so, call timeout, and then go for it.
Sure. I hate guessing, because last week all he did was prove me wrong through a big long touchdown pass. In week 1 near the goal line, he gives it to a first-year player up the middle.
You get the ball to start the second half, so you want to take care of it.
1st and 10 now from the Tigers 29. Shotgun formation. Hand off to Will Hyde around the left side. He's hitting the backfield, gets across the 30, up to the 40, up to the 45, to the 50. He's got lead blockers. He needs to cut back at the 30. He doesn't. Gets across the 20, up to the 15, to the 10, and brought down at the 7-yard line, looks like.
That'll work.
That'll work. You called it. You called it. Man, I thought he was going to get chased down there in the backfield, but he just kept the motor running and picked up a big gain on the play.
About 65 yards, it looked like.
Yep, 65-yard gain there. Actually going to mark him down at the 8. 1st and goal for the Tigers from the 8, but the clock's running. Tigers, if the scoreboard's right, have 2 timeouts left here. They're going to break the huddle. Go shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Ian Googie now in at the slot. Snap to Beshore, hands off around the left side to Wilkerson. He's hit at the 5, bounces it outside and gets across the goal line. Touchdown, Lamar Tigers. How do you answer that?
Yeah, well, one of those 2-play drives.
No, just another 2-play drive was all it was.
And the defense is over there saying, would you stop it?
Yeah. 25-7 now for the Tigers. That was a Gearheads Garage touchdown by Austin Wilkerson. Beauty of a run. I thought he was going to put his foot in the ground and cut up inside, and he proved me wrong. Bounced it out and got in the end zone. Now for the Carthage Ag Service extra point. Juarez on to attempt the extra point. Snaps down, kicks up, and it is no good. Tigers lead 25-7 here, 31 seconds left in the first half. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back. Listen to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
When the Tigers take the field, it's all good. It's football season, and everyone at Vintage Chaos wants to wish the Tigers another great season. At Vintage Chaos, you'll find everything from primitives, live edge tables, handmade items created in Missouri, collectible figurines, signs, and pillows, and items are always changing, like new arrivals like Myra bags, and even homemade Lamar Tiger signs and XL football aprons by local artists, and the perfect sign for the season. Vintage Chaos next to Dairy Queen in the Strip Center, 417-682-4770. The shop that is just full of surprises.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Tigers cap a 2-play drive off with another 6, but unfortunately the kicking game still struggling a little bit. Don't get the extra point. Puts the Tigers up 25-7 now for the LBT. Kickoff is number 43, Austin Wilkerson.
That's amazing. You know, they run 4 plays this quarter, and they've got 162 yards in the quarter.
that's pretty heavy hitting. Wilkerson approaching the football. Puts his foot to it. It's a low kick, but it's long. It's going to hit at the 4-yard line and go into the end zone. Man, that's the first time I've seen Austin really get into one there and puts it through the back of the end zone. Yeah, I like that because you don't give them a chance to hit you with a big play. Now they got to go 80 yards in 31 seconds.
Yep.
So what a big kick there that was for Austin Wilkerson.
Absolutely.
Hey, stick around for the Jones Plumbing and Heating halftime show coming up here in 31.1 seconds, Rick. So Tiger defense back out onto the field now. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from their own 20, as I mentioned. Tigers up 21-7, 31 seconds left in the half. Mustangs break the huddle here. They're going to go 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 1 back in the backfield is number 32, Jared Mora. Martin looking over the defense, motion to the left. Snap to Martin. He's going to pull up to throw, rolls to his left, trying to go up the Mac sideline. His in coverage is Joel Beshore, and it's going to be just underthrown. Good job there. That was one-on-one coverage there for Joel, and had no safety help on the back side, but I don't know if eyes got caught in the backfield. They tried to get that one-on-one matchup, but Joel Beshore, I think he got an All-State Defensive Back Award last year and did a good job showing it off there.
Joe was step-to-step with him all the way, and he knew where the ball was at, so that's about all you can expect.
Sure, that's the hardest thing. Any level of football in a one-on-one coverage, that is hard to do because if the guy catches it, you got to get him on the ground and then still try to make a play on the ball without getting pass interference. All sorts of stuff going on. Nonetheless, 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. Shotgun formation for Martin. Snap to him. He's going to keep it himself around the left side, and he's going to be hitting the backfield, but tries to pull up and throw. It throws behind him, and it's going to be a completed backwards pass to the 15, but they're going to lose 4 or 5 there on the play. Martin would have been better off to keep that one himself. Credit Trace Wilhite getting his hands on Martin. Martin with the heads-up play, seeing a guy out there on the sideline, threw it backwards to him, but guy fell down.
Just trying to make the big play.
Sure. Brings an end to the first half. Tigers up 25-7 now over the Mack County Mustangs. Take a 3-minute break, and we'll be right back with the Jones Plumbing and Heating halftime show. You're listening to 101.7 KHST.
The management staff and all employees of Redneck Outdoors, one of the Barton County area's largest employers, would like to wish the Barton County area teams a great year. Redneck Outdoors is always a supporter of area student athletes, band members, cheerleaders, and the entire school system. It takes a lot to create a winning team, and Redneck Outdoors would like to recognize everyone involved. Redneck is always looking for qualified applicants for employment and is proud to support the Barton County area's workforce. Redneck offers competitive wages, health benefits, 401k, as well as an employee stock ownership program. You can apply at 1705 Gulf, Lamar, Missouri, or call 417-682-1927. Redneck Outdoors, nationally known, locally owned and operated, proud to be a part of Barton County. Redneck is an equal opportunity employer. Redneck Outdoors, nationally known, locally owned and operated, proud to be a part of Barton County. Redneck is an equal opportunity employer.
Is your car running rough? Maybe it needs some TLC from Gearhead. Gearhead's Garage is conveniently located at 705 East 12th Street in Lamar and offer full automotive repair services, including repairs from rear ends to front ends and everything in between, even tires. Now you know why they're called Gearheads. Stop in and visit with Brian or Leo and schedule your next vehicle maintenance at Gearheads. Gearhead's Garage, 705 East 12th Street in Lamar, a proud sponsor of Lamar Sports.
Eisenhower Lumber is your full-line lumber and hardware store, working to provide contractors, carpenters, and the do-it-yourselfers quality products and friendly service at competitive prices. How about Valspar Paint and Holland Grills? Eisenhower Lumber is your source for plumbing, electrical, paint, building materials, millwork, and lawn and garden. Eisenhower Lumber, 903 Gulf in Lamar, or call 682-5545. Find them fast in names and numbers.
This is the Jones Plumbing and Heating Halftime Show. Be sure to call them for all your heating and air conditioning needs at 682-2780, your local Rude dealer. Rick, what a first half it was, and you know, I don't know if maybe I shouldn't have told him so early that you might be up here with me, because all John did was go out and get us a halftime or a stat sponsor that will read at halftime and at the end of the game. So I'll read this one for old John. Cox Health, halftime stats at the Cox Health, life-changing careers happens here at coxhealth.com. Go to coxhealth.com, careers. There we go. I butchered it, but we'll read it again.
All right. You know, that's what makes it fun is when you get out the shovel. You know, the halftime here at Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium, Lamar 25, Mack County 7. In a game that we knew would be hard fought, and you know what we didn't really realize is how few a time we run the ball on offense, and the amount of yards we had. Total yards wise at halftime, Lamar had 320 and Mack had 158, but we did 320 yards in 12 offensive runs for 273 yards and 2 passes for 21. So you know you take that into consideration. They're only run the ball. They only had the ball 15 offensive plays in the first half, and they got 300 yards.
Sure.
And, you know, in the defense, you turn it around on Mack County's part of it. Mack County had the ball. They had the ball 12 times. They ran the ball 12 for 38 in the second quarter, running the ball, and they also had 11 for 38 in the first. So there's 33 runs for 70-some yards, and they've thrown the ball 5 times in that second quarter. They had 2 throws in the first quarter, so they threw the ball 10 times, and they completed 6 of them, and they completed about 80-some yards. So, but the problem is, I guess when you're going both ways, I guess you don't care if you play offense or defense, but I can tell you for a fact, Lamar's offense, it's a lot easier for Lamar to play offense. The offense is tuned. But the defense has not struggled, but they've had a hard time trying to meet it. I'll run down the scores real quick for you. Logan Crockett got it started at the 9:34 point. We kicked off to them, held them on downs, and Lamar went down the field. I think Logan had a big run in that. He had 2 big runs in it, but he finally scored on an 18-yard run the first time. At 9:34, we missed the extra point, made it 6-0, and we came back out and kicked off to him. And from 9:34 to 3:21, that's when Lamar scored the second time. So there's 6 minutes run off the clock, off a 12-minute clock. So that tells you how long the defense was on the field. But we got another score from Logan Crockett. He's busy tonight on 1-yard play, and the extra point was no good for 12-0. They come back, Lamar did, and started the second quarter. Remember, it starts at 12, so we held them three and out again. Not really 3 and out, but we held them 3 minutes. Took the ball back over and scored on just a few plays on an 85-yard run by Logan Crockett again, and made it 19-0. We're having trouble with the extra point. He got that one. So in the second quarter, with a minute left, Mack County went down the field on a real nice drive, and the quarterback Martin took it in from about 9 yards out. The extra point was good, so they got on the board at 19-7. We sat up here, and I told Nate, I said, you know, if they get a chance and get a good field position and they run Logan around the end and get a big pickup, they're going to let Joe throw it, I bet. Well, he got a bigger than big pickup. He got down to the 5-yard line and give it to Wilkerson. Wilkerson run it in. So we got the ball with 1.11 seconds left, and we scored at 31 seconds. So at halftime, 25-7. It's pretty dominant on the yardage. I would imagine most of the conversation that's going to go on in the locker room is going to be about the defense and about staying home, running your lanes, because the quarterback's kind of sniffing his way around, trying to go. They've moved Mike Mills around a little bit. They put him on one side and then the other, trying to give this quarterback a different look. So, but it was, if you're a Tiger fan, it was a good first half for us. You'd like to have things spread out a little bit so we don't have to play as much defense. So it's a good thing they didn't get a lot of 3-and-outs. This game would have been a blowout.
And, going to Logan's big run, that was set up by a defensive stop that who was it? Lane Duncan, a guy we hadn't seen a whole lot of. And talking to Blaine, he thought he'd seen him going out of the game, and that would have brought up why what's his name there? Number 69, Rourke Dillon. We call him. I just want to say Baby Gooch, but Rourke Dillon come in, a sophomore. That's why you seen him there on the MAC touchdown. He come into the game, so they're kind of having to platoon that other guy on the other side of Big Mike. They do shuffle him around, but there's two or three guys working in and out of the defensive tackle spot. I think they'll find the right combination eventually, and hopefully Lane's okay, and get on with it.
There's a lot of stuff going on that offensive defensive line, and if you like a meat grinder type game, man, there's a lot of bodies in there. There's some big boys pushing around, and Tigers did a good job when they had a lot of gas in the tank, but it seemed like in the second quarter they got gassed. But as you can see, we ran a lot of plays, or they ran a lot of plays, and we didn't run so many. And when we got on the offensive side, man, they just scored. And so it's good. Matt County's conversation is going to be the same thing as ours. It's going to be about the defense, and it's going to be about you guys got to let them. You got to let them have more than 4 plays to score, because you're killing our offense. You're leaving them out there all day. So.
Right, and to give the defense a pat on the back, they got them in a lot of third down situations. But on that scoring drive for Mac, it was 3rd and shorts. You want to force that 3rd and long, and it just seemed like. You talked about early in the first quarter there, they're hitting that 1st and 2nd down, getting into short yardage. That's not a good thing, and I agree with you. Something we did see on that drive where they scored, it was a lot of 3rd and shorts, and we just couldn't get it stopped.
Well, you really notice our speed in this game. They started off with Davis running a sweep, and you could see the speed, how much it affected them. And you could see Matt County spread it out a little bit. And one thing that we haven't seen a lot of is Joe running up inside. And they've decided that Joe wasn't going to be the guy. But and what happened, though, is they forgot about Logan. I don't think they forgot about him. I just don't think they know how to handle him. When
or Trace Wilhite, that got us down, set up the touchdown right there before the end of the half.
Those kids can really get down the field and bust you.
And, Trace is another one of those guys. He's playing on the defensive side of the ball, put some pressure on Martin, and they're at the end of the half, come up and put some pressure on him. Martin made the throw behind him, and it was complete, but for a loss. So, like I say, lots of weapons. You mentioned it in the first quarter. What do you guard? And I think you're right. I think Joel's the guy that they're bound and determined that they're going to take away tonight up the middle, but they haven't found an answer for the outside. And being a Lamar Tiger fan, I hope that they don't. So
it's we've seen the bubble screen a lot on. At one time, Lamar was running that bubble screen on both sides of the ball, and they spread the offense out, and they put the big blocker, they put the big backs over there and let them block, kick that out and throw it over there and let them run. They didn't stop it. And they switched it to the other side and did the same thing and didn't stop it again. And, you got the feeling, well, we can do this all night, or you guys can figure out how to stop it. And but it almost like Lamar wasn't satisfied with 6 or 8. They've got to have 70 or 80.
Yep, and those guys, even on Trace's run, I seen the pursuit coming, and he was behind the line of scrimmage. I thought, hopefully they don't catch him, and he hit the burners and got across the 50, and he said, there he goes, and I thought he'd get in the end zone. They got him shut down just shy of the goal line, but his cohort and Austin Wilkerson picked up the touchdown for him, and it's been a good half offensively. I agree with you. I don't feel so much. I guess if you're going to pick on something, yes, the defense, but I think Coach Wilkerson will get it figured out, and they'll figure out a way to shut down Mac's offense.
Well, you always talk about your grandma, and I figure as much as those big defensive guys are gassed, it might be a good idea to stick her in there and see what she could do.
Right, yeah, and that's we're getting to that point, and I always find a spot, and you read my mind. I want to put her at that defensive tackle spot, give Big Mike a blow, and get him out of there for a few plays, and let Grandma Joyce get in the middle of the field and eat there.
I'm telling you, Matt County don't know what's going to hit them.
That's right. She, of course, we always talk about her speed, but she's a strong old gal too. I think the last time I checked, she was benching up over 400 pounds, and so I have no doubt she could handle that defensive tackle spot.
Well, it's it's just fun for her.
Sure, that's right. I always enjoy putting Grandma Joyce somewhere, and last week Wyatt helped me out with that, and you this week. So definitely, it's always something fun for me to do and bring up, and I hear a lot of people talk about it. Kind of got a pick on her a little bit. First week she forgot about the game. She got home just before game time and forgot about the game and went to bed. And then last week she was waiting for halftime and fell asleep at halftime, so she didn't. Hopefully, Grandma, if you're listening, you heard where you're playing this week.
Yeah,
so.
well, she's probably had to put you in certain places in your lifetime too.
More than I can count.
So for you to get to do that every Friday night, it's a big deal.
Sure, absolutely. About 2.5 left here to second half kickoff. We'll take a 2-minute break. 2-minute break and be right back. You're listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Farming is a competitive business, which is why Four-State farmers entrust their grain handling to Brandt, like Brandt's new swing-away augers that deliver up to 22% more grain capacity, the fastest in the industry, saving precious time when you need it the most. Their full line of augers, belts, carts, and vacs gets the job done every time. So if you're looking for an advantage at harvest time, get yourself some worry-free performance from Brandt and lead the field. Visit Seed and Farm in Lamar or call 417-682-6465 today.
Some things in life you can just rely on, like the comfy fit of a favorite pair of jeans and the tried and true performance of a new home comfort system from Ruud. So here's to reliability, built into everything we do. Rely on Ruud.
Get reliable year-round comfort with a new HVAC system installed by the pros at Jones Plumbing, Heat, and Air, the local team you can rely on because the best is not too good for you. Give them a call at 682-2780 and find them fast in names and numbers.
Great hot and ready food in the deli, plus Hunt Brothers Pizza to keep you going. Lamar Travel Plaza, Phillips 66, also has a stock trucker store, propane bottles, a public fax, and copier. The Lamar Travel Plaza, Phillips 66, Highway 160 and I-49, Lamar, Missouri.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Halftime here, Tigers up 25-7 over the McDonald County Mustangs, and joining me here has been Rick Johnson tonight, and it's been surely a pleasure, Rick. We get to text back and forth during the week, and you've helped me out a lot with things that I can do better. But I can tell you this is surely a treat having you up here and getting to do this with you.
Well, I'll tell you what, you and White do a great job, and I know White's not here tonight, and the only way you learn this is get up here and do it every night. And
sure.
You got Blaine sitting over there running a film camera for you, and Aaron does a great job, and he makes it nice for those folks that stay home and watch the game. But you don't get the atmosphere unless you come here. And,
sure.
Having done it so many years in my lifetime, you still get that thrill of watching it and being here on the stadium when they come. And, you and White are doing a great job with it. And, Tiger fans ought to be proud of you guys. And White's coming great strides. And just stay with him and let him go, because he's got the knowledge. He just got to get it out. And,
sure.
Sometimes it's harder when you first start out, but I enjoy him. He came and asked me about stats, and I helped him with it. And he said, "How you do all that stuff?" I said, "Watch, you're just going to have to try it,
sure,
and get it out there." And and he does a great job. And you know, you guys are Tiger, you know, born and bred, and you're always going to be that way. Somebody said, well, they got some homers up there, and I said, no, those are Tiger boys. Those aren't homer boys. And so I appreciate you guys bringing it, and I know a lot of people do when you go out of town that can't make the games, and you know, it's just really a good thing to have in the community to be able to turn the radio on. Now you can turn on a beautiful broadcast on video. These guys are putting some fantastic shots out there on YouTube, and you know, watch the game. It's amazing how you guys do that. And you know, I thought I was watching a major production. I know Michael's played a big part in it. Blaine's played a big part of it. This guy to my right that's filming it, he don't miss a lick.
Yeah.
You know, if that was me running the camera, those guys run down the field, I'd still be sitting back here and I'd be watching the game. I wouldn't have the camera on them.
Yeah.
So they do a great job with it. I think it's fun to watch.
It's funny. Erno was with Jeff and I that first 3 years, and he had the little camera and did a wonderful job with it. But can't say enough about the school bringing this equipment to the live stream and taking that thing over. And I told Michael, I said, the guy you need to go get is Aaron Miller, not just because he's good at it, but because he'd enjoy the upgrade in the camera and what a wonderful production it is. And we can't say enough good about the school and how they've taken that thing on. And you mentioned a game that some people can't travel to. It is nice. Or you're sitting across the country, you can pull that thing up. You're sitting anywhere in the world, you can pull it up.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice and something that we appreciate the school for. Again, without any kind of sponsors, it's not possible, and the radio's not possible. And so,
you know, back when Brad and I did the radio, that's all we had. You know, we just had the radio. And I used to tell Brad when we'd come up to do games, I'd say, paint a picture. And you still have to paint a picture, and you do a great job with the play-by-play, painting a picture. And you know, that's something that's learned trade. It's not something you get, you know, you just drop in to do it. So I'm happy for you guys. And, you know, it's a great opportunity for you guys to. I know you love football, and it shows.
Sure.
It really shows.
Well, that was the Jones Plumbing and Heating halftime show. We're getting ready to kick off the second half. Remind everybody that Tigers are up 25-7, and they're going to take the ball in the second half. McDonald County set to kick off to him. He's approaching the football. Second half underway. It's going to be fielded by Davis at the 15. He's across the 20 up to the 25 to the 30. Ian Googie up to the 30. Got my numbers confused there. Ian Googie on the return up to the 31-yard line, 32-yard line maybe where they spot him.
Yeah, and I want to correct something too. I didn't have Ty Wilhite making that long run.
Trace
Wilhite before the half, and he was the one that had the 65-yard run. So
nice.
I know parents sit out there and they think, my gosh, my kid makes a good run and you screw it up.
No.
Well, you know, when you're old and you haven't been up here a while, that happens.
No,
happens.
you're doing your lights out tonight, and we appreciate it. 1st and 10 for the Tigers to start the second half. 1st and 10 from their own 32. Shotgun formation. One receiver to the left, one to the right. Motion to the right with Davis. Snap to Beshore. Going to go up the middle with it. He's across the 35. Cuts back towards the Tigers sideline. Going to be brought down at the 39. Good run there by Joel Beshore on first down to pick up 7.
You know, he's ran the ball 4 times tonight, and that's for 16 yards. But they've kind of kept pretty close watch on him. That's probably the most daylights he saw tonight.
Sure, and he's a guy that we talked about it in week 1. He can get a 15-yard gain really, really fast if you let him out of that contain. And Matt County's trying to contain him here tonight. Bring up a 2nd and 3 now from the Tiger 39. Shotgun formation, one receiver left, one to the right. Motion to the right with Davis. Snap to Beshore, going up the middle again. Trying to pick his way through the defense, gets up to the 40-yard line, probably not much more past that, up to the 41. Pick up a 2 on the play. Put him in a 3rd and 1 here, Rick.
Yeah, he's trying to get something started. But, you know, those defensive guys on Matt County side are not having it. You know, you're not going to run between the tackles. They're just saying you're not going to run between the tackles.
Sure.
But
Joel having a go of it here tonight. 3rd and 1 for the Tigers, as I mentioned, up 25-7 here over Matt County. 3rd quarter, 10:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation, one receiver right, one to the left. Ian Googie checking in at the wide receiver spot. Snap to Beshore, hands off to Wilhite. He's across the 40, up to the 45, lowers his head and gets it up to the 47. Boy, that looked like a bowling ball going there, picking up a spare, ran through 3 Matt County defenders.
It looked like It looked like somebody sent on a mission that time, I tell you.
Now for a Stevens Automotive first down. Tigers keep the drive going like Stevens Automotive keeps your car rolling. Bring up a 1st and 10 now from the Tiger 47. Shotgun formation, going to go 2 receivers to the left, none to the right. Wilkerson in at the wing for Crockett. Trace Wilhite going to stay in at the other wing. B. Shore at the quarterback. Motion to the right with Googie. Snap to him, hands off to Googie. He's across the 45 up to the 50, lowers his head and picks up a couple more yards past the 50 all the way up to the 46-yard line. Good run there for 8 or 9 yards there for Googie.
That's a good run.
Pick up a 7 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 3 now from the Mack County 46, and Tigers are in Mack County territory. Shotgun formation again for the Tigers. Terrell Davis back in for Googie. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Riley Heckaden checking into the right wide receiver. Motion to the right with Davis. He's going to set up behind B. Shore. B. Shore takes a snap. Hands off around the right side to Austin Wilkerson. He's across the 45 up to the 40 to the 35 to the 30 to the 25 to the 20. Tries to cut back, gets across the 15 down to the 10-yard line. But there's a penalty flag at the 47-yard line, and they're going to get the Tigers for a hold here.
Yeah, that play was good, and we haven't talked enough about the offensive line tonight. To do as good a job as they've done to create all these yardage, they're doing their job.
You get 300 yards plus in the first half.
300 yards in the first half, you're doing your job.
Yeah, that's right. Little stub of the toe there. You're going to back them up 10 from the 47. Take them back to the Tiger 44.
That was a good play, though.
That was a good play.
I love that play.
Wilkerson, I thought they were going to have him down there about the 20, but made a nice little cut and got down to the 10. Negated by the hold to bring up a 2nd 14 for the Tigers from their own 43. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Tigers up 25-7. Shotgun formation for B. Shore. Same personnel, Trace Wilhite going to check in at the wing back now. Snap to B. Shore. Fakes the handoff, looking out in the flat to Logan Crockett. He catches at the 45 up to the 50, stiff arms a guy, breaks the tackle at the 45 all the way down to the Tiger 40. Heck of a pickup there. There's your guy, Logan Crockett, out of the backfield, and he can catch too.
Absolutely.
Kind of got overthrown by Joel here tonight, and Joel put a good one on him last week that he couldn't haul in. Get him out of the backfield there where he's not running that long route, and dump it to him and let him run.
You know, that had to be that D-back's worst nightmare when he saw him catch the ball.
Sure, absolutely. That's a whole lot of guy running at you in a hurry too.
Logan's like, D-back's thinking, you're not going to try to cut away from me? You're going to try to run right over me? And he goes, yeah, pretty much. That's
sure.
what we're going to do.
Yes, all of the above. Bring up Stevens Automotive first down, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. From their own 38, handoff up the middle of the Crockett. Gets across the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard up to the 38-yard line, looks like 37, excuse me.
You know, there's not been anybody conquer that inside. It's tough in there.
Sure, it is, and they got some big defensive linemen there in the middle. Mack County does. We talked about. I'll try to remember his name here. I'll get it. Garrett Grix, the just 6'2" 6'2", 295 pounds, and he's a load there in the middle for the Mustangs. 2nd and 9 now for the Tigers from their own 37. 7:45 left in the third. Shotgun formation, bobbled the snap, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. Loss of maybe of a yard there. B-Shore just took his eyes off the snap, maybe trying to get up inside. It looked like they were going to run maybe an option play. Had a back behind him and was going to try to run an option play, but it bounced off B-Shore's chest. Put the Tigers in a 3rd and 10 now, loss of a yard on the play.
Well, it's sometimes that's trying to do too much too quick. And the snap was good, and he just took his eyes off of it just for a little bit. So.
Sure. And can't blame him trying to get up inside as quick as he can. And,
absolutely.
Just a little stumble there. 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers from their own 38. 7 minutes left in the third. Snap to B-Shore, hands off around the right side to Crockett. He's across the 40, oversteps a guy at the 35, and be brought down there at the 35. Body's falling down around him. He tried to step over him and keep going, but the pursuit caught up with him. They got him brought down there at the Tiger 35. Gain of 3 on the play. You called it earlier. Anytime you get across the 50, it's 4 down territory for the Tigers, and it looks like Coach B-Shore going to go with that motto here.
Yeah, they're having pretty good luck running to the wide side. So
Looks like Austin Wilkerson back into the game, that wide wingback spot.
Probably run that play they run last time.
4th and 7. Shotgun formation, motion to the left with Terrell Davis. Beshore going to keep it himself, tries to get outside. Pursuit catches up with him. They're going to hit him. Going to be just shy of the 30-yard line. That's not enough for a first down. Tigers going to turn the ball over on downs here. That's the first time we've seen a Tiger drive stall out here tonight. No, second time. We did punt once in the first half, I remember.
Well, and, you know, the thing about it is they ran They run 9 plays on that drive. And
sure.
I think if you look back on the plays they ran in the quarter, they had they didn't have very many yards. They didn't have any plays in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that makes you play defense a little while. Mm-hmm. And I know it didn't turn out like it was, but boy, you get penalties when you play football, and it hurts you.
Sure.
That's what they're set up to do. And,
sure.
You know, but
now you know you got 6:15 left here in the third. Tigers are up 25-7. Rick, you want to have a strong showing out of that defense. See if that adjustment at halftime helps here. You want to get them 3 and out and don't give them any momentum going into this second half.
Yeah, you don't want Mac to come down and get another sustained drive, leave you on the field for a long period of time.
Looks like Rourke Dillon going to stay in at the other defensive tackle spot opposite of Mike Mills there, and see how Rourke can get it done here.
Yeah, they need to get some penetration.
Sure.
This quarterback will throw it up. He'll throw it up if you get pressure on him.
1st and 10 now from the Tiger 32 for Mack County. Shotgun formation. Snap to Martin. He's going to throw out in the flat to number 14. It's going to be completed at the 35. Breaks the tackle but falls down at the 38, looks like. 6-yard pass completion there for the Mack County Mustangs. Now they're going to be a second and manageable here, you know, Rick. Just a quick hit and pass. Mack County picked up on it. He can't hold that ball very long or the pressure is going to be coming from the ends. And they just throw an out route there, but credit the defensive back for getting him on the ground. 2nd and 4 now from the Tiger 38. 5:45 left in the third quarter. Shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield for Mack County. Going to stick with Jared Moore at the tailback spot. Snap to Martin. He's going to look to throw. Low comeback route again to the 45. It's complete, and he's going to be hit and dropped, knocked out of bounds at the 48. Gain of 10 there on the out route pass. Actually, it was a little comeback pass to the Mack County sideline. Completed it there to number 14, Jack Parnell.
Well, they're going to run those plays until you come up, and you got to be careful because what he's doing, he's baiting the hole. And
sure.
If you take the bait, he's going to run by you.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, they ran that pump fake and it bit him. Mason didn't bite on it and come up with an interception. Tiger defense got to step up here. 1st and 10 from Tiger 48. Shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Snap to Martin. He's going to hand off the middle up to Moore. He's up to the 50-yard line, and he drove to the ground there by number 44, Mike Mills.
Yeah, Mills did a good job that time of staying home.
Sure. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play up to the 50-yard line. Bring up a 2nd and 8 now from the 50. 5:10 left here in the third quarter. Tigers up 25-7. Mack County doing something a little bit different. They're huddling up now on the ball. They get the call from the sideline, taking their time just a little bit. If you're down, I think you got to hurry up a little bit, Rick, in the second half.
Well, everybody's tired on this time.
Snap to him. He's going to throw the out route again. It's complete at the 48.
There you go.
Joel Beshore comes up and shuts it down. Gain of a yard on the play.
That was a good play.
Yep, Joel comes screaming from that corner spot. They tried to out route again. Now, don't, like you said, don't bite on that out route this time because you didn't have any safety help last time over the top. You got to think about that.
Well, the quarterback's got a good arm, but when you put pressure, when you get into his feet, he's going to throw it up.
Sure. Bring up a 3rd and 7 now. That's a little bit longer situation than we've seen at the end of the first half for Mack County. So see if Tigers can get a stop here on 3rd down. Got to think it's probably 4-down territory for Mack down this many here in the second half.
Yeah, they're going to try to throw it, you know, as much ground as they've got. They could run a slant over here where Gastel's at.
Snap to the quarterback under pressure. He's scrambling around trying to get away. Throws to the Mack County sideline. It's complete at the 43-yard line, and that's right at the sticks, Rick.
He's almost past the line of scrimmage.
That's what I thought. Almost past the line of scrimmage on the throw, but it was complete all the way to the 40.
4th down.
42 and a half, and it's going to bring up a 4th and about a yard here. Mack County kind of hurrying up now. Got to think of them maybe going straight ahead with it here just to pick up a yard. They're going to go the nudge play. Martin under center. Snap to him, goes straight ahead, and there's a big collision. See where he comes up at. Going to mark him down at the 40. That's enough for a Mack County first down. Martin slow to get up off the field. There was a big collision there. He just a sneak play right up the middle on the nudge, but Martin slow to get up. Gets on his 2 feet, and they're huddling up again. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the Tiger 40-yard line. Rourke Dillon come up with the tackle, according to Bob Peterson on the play.
First down's a critical one right here.
Yep, 1st and 10 from the Tiger 40. Snap to Martin, looking out in the flat again. Completes the pass at the 35. Joel Beshore comes up and gets it shut down, but it is complete for a gain of 5 there on the play. Put them in a 2nd and 5 now. They are just living on the cushion that we're giving to them. I don't know what kind of an answer you have for that, because you don't have time to put any pressure on him, really.
You've still got about 35 yards of end zone, and we've got 2:44 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. So what's going to happen? It's going to take them all this quarter to score that way if they try that. So we'll see how it happens.
I'm hoping the fatigue sets in and we have a bobbled snap or something, drop them for a big loss maybe. 2nd and 5 from the Tiger 35. Shotgun formation, one back in the backfield's Dowd. Hands off to him up the middle. He's across the 35 up to the 30-yard line and going to be brought down there. That's enough for another McDonald County first down, pick up a 6 on the play. 6 or 7. Mark him actually at the 29.
Well, they're good and disciplined. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, and I think Lamar is trying to figure out how to stop the up the middle stuff. Get some penetration. They're not getting much penetration in that backfield.
Now I see a defensive line sub, Tucker Torbeck, coming into the game for Rourke Dillon. So it's going to be Tucker Torbeck and Mike Mills in the middle.
Yeah,
see if that's an answer.
It's a couple of beasts in there.
1st and 10 from the Tiger 29. Snap to Martin, looking to throw. He's under pressure by Kyler Nance. Kyler Nance giving backside pressure. Martin gets the throw off, and it tips off of Riley Heckaden's hands at the 15. Good coverage there by Mason Gastel. Man, I thought Kyler Nance was going to get that sack there, but Martin just got away from him, got the pass off. Riley coming from that safety spot, and it just hit off his hands.
Gastel might have picked that if he'd left it.
Sure.
Maybe. You take what you can get when you can get it. And this kid, Martin kid, when he runs and squares out like that, he doesn't always make the great decision. If you put pressure on him, he'll throw it up.
Sure. Yeah, Mason was in great coverage down the Tiger sideline there on Riddick, and unfortunately didn't come up with the pick, but got him in a 2nd and 10 now. Shotgun formation. Snap to Martin. Going to hand off the middle up to Dowd. He's going to be hit at the 25-yard line, gets out of a tackle, and scoots up to the 21. Pick up an 8 there on the play by Dowd. Just patient running, and that Mack County offensive line collapsed us all inside, gave him a little room to the outside. Austin Wilkerson made a good hit, but just couldn't get him brought to the ground. Dowd ran through the tackle and took another guy coming up and put to get him on the ground there at the 21.
Well, you got a minute 18 left in the quarter.
Yep.
You got to come up with a big turnover right here.
Shotgun formation for the Mustangs at the Tiger 22. 3rd and 3. And the Mustangs are going to flinch, going to get them for a false start there. Didn't see who it was on.
McDonald County, I think it was the tackle on the left side, number 42. And what happens is, as hard as it is to get yardage, you go from a 3rd and 2 down to a 3rd and 8, and now it all looks different.
Sure. Yeah, see what Coach Hoover dials up here now with a little bit different look. They're getting the call from the sideline, taking their time getting it in. 15 seconds left on the play clock. You talked about that fatigue thing. And whenever you're tired, you're trying to fire off the ball, and the kid just a little bit early. Fortunate for the Tigers, 5-yard penalty, put them in the 3rd and 8 like you mentioned. Shotgun formation. Martin takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking in the bubble route, throws in the flat to number 4. It's complete at the 15-yard line. He's going to be brought down there by Austin Wilkerson. No, excuse me, it wasn't. It was number 49, Matthew Nance, on the coverage.
That was a good pass.
That was a good pass. Martin, everybody in the whole stadium thought he was going to the flat, and he waited for his receiver to clear the zone coverage, threw to the sideline to him, got it complete, and it's a first down for the Mustang from the Tiger 15. 30 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers up 25-7. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap to Martin. Delayed handoff, going to keep it himself up the middle. He's going to be hit and dropped for a gain of maybe 2 there.
That's going to do it for the quarter.
Yeah, 17 seconds left on it, and I don't think Mack County players not showing any urgency to run another play. That's it. 9 seconds now on the clock. I think you're right, Rick. We are going to go to the third quarter. That'll bring it into it. Tigers up 25-7 to in the third quarter. You're listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country. We'll take a 1-minute break. 1-minute break and be right back.
Clements Plumbing, Heating, and Air would like to wish the Tigers coaches and all involved with the program a great season. Clements Plumbing, Heating, and Air has been serving the needs of the people in the area for years. With a trained staff of technicians, they can do the job big or small. Whether it's plumbing, heating, or air, they get the job done right the first time and at a price that's hard to beat. The staff and management.
The pass in names and number.
Carthage Ag Service Seed would like to wish all area teams good luck this season. It takes everyone to make a winning team, from parents, players, coaches, and all involved with the team. Carthage Ag Service Seed, your local Asgrow and DeKalb dealer.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Nate Eady and Rick Johnson bringing it to you here. Start of the fourth quarter, Tigers up 25-7 over McDonald County Mustangs. Mustangs in a 2nd and 8 from the Tiger 13. It looked like Tucker Torbeck going to stay in there at that defensive tackle spot opposite of Mike Mills, so I like the call, getting those big heavy bodies in the middle, but got to get some pressure on Martin whenever he does have to pull it down and run a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Mack County had 63 yards. In that quarter, we had 47, so that tells you a little about how the game's changed.
Sure. Shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield with Martin. Snap to Martin over his head, and it goes way back to the 30-yard line. Martin giving chase. Tiger defense closing in on him, and he's just going to fall on it. And they're going to mark him down at the Tiger 37. There it was.
Yep,
little fatigue setting in and a snap over his head. Martin, Blaine and I was talking on the break. Cole Martin getting up slow there at the end of the third quarter on those last couple plays, and that wasn't Martin's fault. The center just snapped it clear over his head. Bring up a 3rd and 32. Now, how do you like that long third down conversion there for the Mustangs, and the Tiger fans getting on their feet here, wanting to get this defense off the field.
Now you got to stay away from the penalties.
Sure.
Stay away from the big plays. They're still going to give them cushion on the edge.
Yeah, Mustangs taking some time to get the call in and going to have to burn a timeout here. We'll take it with them. 30-second break and be right back. You're listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Clements Plumbing, Heating, and Air would like to wish the Tigers coaches and all involved with the program a great season. Clements Plumbing, Heating, and Air has been serving the needs of the people in the area for years. With a trained staff of technicians, they can do the job big or small. Whether it's plumbing, heating, or air, they get the job done right the first time and at a price that's hard to beat. The staff and management, always a proud supporter of Lamar Tigers athletics and the entire school. Don't forget to schedule your appointment to get your system checked out before it begins to have problems. Clements Plumbing, Heating, and Air, located at 400 West 12th Street in Lamar. Give them a call today at 417-682-3797.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Nate Eady and Rick Johnson bringing it to you here, and off a big miscue for the McDonald County Mustangs, putting them in a 3rd and 32 now. I don't remember where that ball was spotted at. I think it was a 2nd and 8 from the 14-yard line or something maybe. Now it goes 3rd and 32 from the Tiger 37. 11-17 left in the game. Tigers up 25-7. McDonald County comes off the sideline. Going to go shotgun formation. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. No backs in the backfield with Martin. Snap to Martin. He's going to take his time looking over the middle. Goes over the middle, and it's complete at the 30-yard line. Number 9 giving chase for the Tigers. And he'll be brought down at the 20-yard line by Joel Beshore. Pass complete to number 25, Destin Dowd on the play. Everybody calling for a hold and not going to get it on the play, but Dowd, big hit by Joel Beshore. Dowd still down on the field. We'll stay right here with it, but Rick, that was, that's just a chunk play. Now you get a little bit of manageable to throw one to the end zone here maybe.
Sometimes those holdings aren't very obvious, but that one, he had him by the jersey. You could see he was really pulling back on him.
I didn't I didn't see it. I'm following the football, but I trust you. And if all else fails, listen to the crowd because they'll tell you what went wrong.
That's when the crowd got excited. Is when they was doing a hold.
Credit Joel Beshore for making the stop. Number 9 for the Lamar Tigers, Cameron Sturgill, was giving Dowd the chase. I didn't think he was going to get him caught, but Joel come up from that corner spot and upended Dowd. Dowd getting up under his own power now, trying to get off the field. Put a 4th and 14 now for the McDonald County Mustangs from the Tiger 19-yard line. 11:02 left in the game. Tigers up 25-7.
Well, two downs to make. Well, it's 4th down, so you got a down to make 14. I was thinking 2 downs, but you got 1 down. So you see, it's a big stop for us right here.
Sure, just a chunk play to get a little more manageable to throw to the end zone.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation, 1 receiver left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. For the Mustangs is Mora. Martin looking over the defense, motion to the left now. Snap to Martin. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Tyson Williams giving chase, gets a hand on him, breaks the tackle, throws towards the end zone. It's a jump ball up for grabs, and good coverage there by number 2, Mason Gastel. Had a one-on-one. What'd I tell you?
That was a great play.
Anytime there's a jump ball, I'm going to go with number 2 on it.
That's a great play right there. That's a great play.
Tyson Williams had his hands on the quarterback and let him escape it. Martin threw on the run. Martin's been, I don't know if he's cramping or what, but he's stretching that out. He still had enough to throw on the run there. It was a pretty good ball. Just a one-on-one play, and Mason Gastel won the battle.
Well, what you'd like to see now is about 60, 70-yard drive with about 12 plays. Take about 6 minutes off that clock. Turn it back over.
Sure.
4 minutes, no matter how you turn it over.
Sure.
It's a big point in the game right here. You want to hang on to the football, and you want to get out of this zone and get it going.
Yep, get into Mack County Mustang territory.
You're going to find out a lot about Mack County right here, too.
Sure. 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 19. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, shotgun formation. Motion to the left. Snap to Beshore. Hands off around the right to Trace Wilhite. Hitting the backfield, gets across the 30, lowers his head. Going to break a tackle and get up to the 35-yard line. Good second effort there by Trace Wilhite. Man, I thought they was going to get him stopped there at the line of scrimmage, and all he did was pick up another 8 yards. Ran through a couple tackles. Good hard running there by Trace Wilhite.
That's exactly what you want right there.
Sure.
So now they've got second and 2, so they got 8 yards on the run.
Yep. 2nd 2 from Tiger 27, as Rick mentioned. 10 minutes left here in the football game, and Tigers are up 25-7. Shotgun formation, 1 back in the backfield, I think, is Terrell Davis with Beshore. 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to bleed the play clock off. Puts Davis in motion out to the right into the slot. Snap to Beshore. He's going right up the middle with it. Across the 30 up to the 31. See where they mark him down. About the 31.5, but that's enough for a Stevens Automotive first down. Good hard run there by Joel. Pick up the first down and just keep the clock a-ticking.
Just got what he got. And there was like 10, I should have put that down. There's 10:43 when they started this drive.
Sure.
Keep track of that.
All right. Bring up a 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 32. 9:40 left in the game, up 25-7. Shotgun formation. Ian Googie checks into the slot for Davis. Snap to Beshore. Hands off around the right side to Logan Crockett, trying to pick his way through the defense. Going to get across the 35 up to the 40, breaks a tackle, gets up to the 45, breaks another tackle to the 50, and going to be popped out of bounds in Mack County territory. There's your workhorse.
There you go, buddy, right there.
Gets into Mack County territory, Rick, but got him out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock. Going to stop the clock anyway on the first down, but got him out of bounds and see if they'll roll that clock.
About 24 yards on the carry.
Good run there by Logan Crockett. Broke 2 or 3 tackles there and got into Mustang territory.
9:20, 9:16 on the clock.
Sure, now you got some time to make a play call. Coach Beshore getting it in from the sideline. 10 seconds left on the play clock. 9 left in on the game. Tigers up 25-7. 1st and 10 from the Mack County 44. Snap to Beshore, straight ahead with Wilkerson. He's across the 45, going up to the 40. Going to be brought down maybe just shy of the 40-yard line. Good, what's that, 4-yard carry there for Austin Wilkerson. Nothing special there. Wilkerson just lined up behind Beshore, took the snap, and went right up the middle with it for 4 yards.
Just what you need.
Actually, they're going to say, Diane and I sometimes don't agree. She says 3, I said 4.
Yeah, well,
so.
You got 4 plays and 2 minutes off the clock. So
sure.
That's what
2nd and 7 for the Tigers from their Mack County 41. Shotgun formation, empty backfield. Snap to Beshore, hands off around the left side to Logan Kish. He's across the 40 up to the 35, lowers his head at the 30, almost gets through a tackle, but brought down at the 25-yard line. There he was. That was a guy, I was wondering when they go to him. He showed fresh legs last week, and there it was, just a nice run there by the sophomore Logan Kish to pick up the Stevens Automotive first down.
Got a flag on the play.
Flag down at the 35-yard line, and they're going to get the Tigers for the hold. Dadgummit. And they are going to hear it from the crowd because they missed the big hold there when Matt County was on offense to pick up the chunk play on third down, and they're going to get us there. That'll back them up 10 from the 35 to the 45. Tigers will have a 2nd and 11 now. 8:19 left in the game. Tigers up 25-7. Logan Kish picking up a big game, but it's negated by the hold. They're going to leave him in the game with the fresh legs.
Fresh legs, you got it.
Davis at the slot for the Tigers. At the other wing backs, Trace Wilhite. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, Riley Heckaden. Beshore looking over the defense now, goes hands off around the right again to Logan Kish. He's going to be hit at the 42-yard line and brought down there. Gain of 3 on the play.
Logan Kish again carrying for the Tigers.
Coaching staff telling Logan to get outside with it. Just a young guy, that's got to be a spirit breaker. You pick up a big play to get you a first down, and then it gets called back on the hold, and they went right back to him. I like the call, but, maybe just a little bit antsy and cut up inside there a little too quick.
Well, you got third down.
Crockett.
You need to pick up about 5 or 6 here or get the first down.
3rd and 8, shotgun formation. Motion to the left with Googie. Hands off to him. Got some blockers out in front. Cuts back at the 40 up to the 35 to the 30. That's enough for a first down. They're going to bring him down at the 28. Good run there by Ian Googie.
Got a flag on the play.
Another flag at the 37-yard line towards the Mack County sideline. Looked like Trace Wilhite and Logan Crockett was out there blocking for Googie. I didn't see anything. Of course, I'm following the ball. See what they call here. Yep, another hold on the Tigers. Dadgummit. That'll back them up 10 from the 37. Put them at the 47 now, 3rd and long.
I know they don't want to throw it, and I understand that. You want to let the clock run. I think it's almost important to burn clock than it is anything.
Sure. And you don't want to force anything.
They burnt 3 minutes already off the clock from when they got it. So.
And you got looks like a timeout going to be called on the field by the Tigers. We'll take it with them. 30-second break and be right back. You're listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust, your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Your busy lifestyle requires banking options like mobile deposit and people-to-people pay. With locations in Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri, let Community National Bank and Trust keep your finances safe and your spending smarter. Visit mybankcnb.com for a location near you. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Nate Eady and Rick Johnson bringing you the game here. We're in the 4th quarter, 7:07 left in the game, and Tigers are up 25-7 over the McDonald County Mustangs. Tigers got a little bit of a workload here, Rick. I still say 4th down territory. You want to keep that clock rolling. So 3rd and 13, if you can at least get half of that back, with the way these guys can hit a big run, a 4th and 6 is manageable.
I wouldn't gamble to throw it, but I'm not Jared either.
Sure. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Slot back's going to be Ian Googie, reverse to him. Gets across the 50, up to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Ian Googie. Good play call there, Rick. Just a little reverse to him. Started out left with Austin Wilkerson and run the reverse back to the right side with Ian Googie. Finally, Googie gets in the end zone on a varsity touchdown. Last week had a big catch and run, and this week hits him for a big one. Good run there, good play call. That's enough for a Gearheads Garage touchdown. On to attempt the Carthage Ag service extra point is Austin Wilkerson. Lundeen to hold, snaps down, kicks up. and it is no good. Tigers lead this one 31-7. 6:53 left in the game. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back. Houston 101.7 KHST, my country.
Is your car running rough? Maybe it needs some TLC from Gearhead. Gearhead's Garage is conveniently located at 705 East 12th Street in Lamar and offer full automotive repair services, including repairs from rear ends to front ends and everything in between, even tires. Now you know why they're called Gearheads. Stop in and visit with Brian or Leo and schedule your next vehicle maintenance at Gearheads. Gearhead's Garage, 705 East 12th Street in Lamar. A proud.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Nate Eady and Rick Johnson bringing you this one here. 6:53 left in the game. Tigers up off the score, makes it 31-7.
Take the clock at 10:43. It's at 6:53. Took 4 minutes off and scored 6.
Didn't quite give you the other 2 minutes you wanted, but I'll take the touchdown.
I'd like to have a couple more plays, three plays, but hey.
We'll take 6 anytime we can get it.
That was a dagger right there.
Yeah, that's right. Wilkerson to handle the LBT kickoff. Approaching the football now. Puts his foot to it. High kick. Going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line. Going to keep it up the middle. Gets across the 20, up to the 25, to the 30, and kick coverage catches up with him at the 30-yard line. They're going to bring him down there. Good job again by the kick coverage. You know, that was something that if you pick a low spot out of the game last week, the kick coverage team did get burnt for one. Coach Lundeen felt like there was a hole, but I feel like the kick coverage team has done a good job of making Mack County work for their drives. And that, you know, if they get across the 50, that puts a lot of pressure on your defense. Well, whenever they're starting at their own 30 or 25-yard line, that's a good deal.
They kick it down about the 15-yard line on the right-hand side, and it kind of pins them in there, and they bring everybody to it. But
sure. Wilkerson didn't quite get his foot into that one like he did on his last one where he kicked it through the end zone, but his kick coverage team had his back. What a good game here, Rick. I appreciate you joining me. This has been a good time.
Two good teams. And Mack County came up here with visions of a repeat, and Lamar had a little different idea.
Yeah, and that's what I talk about in the pregame with Coach Beshore. When if he's got something that he wants to fix or work on, you bet he's going to get it fixed.
Two of the best offensive, defensive lines I've seen in a long time playing high school football.
Bring up a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from their own 31. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 back in the backfield is Dowd with Martin. Martin looking over the defense. Snap to him. They're going to throw. Pressure coming from the backside for Trace Wilhite. He throws underneath and completes it at the 30-yard line. He's across the 30 up to the 40, up to the 45, and going to be brought down at the 46 or 47-yard line. That'll pick up a 1st down for him.
16 yards on the play.
Yep, just a drag route all the way across the field, and Tiger defense couldn't keep him covered there, but Trace Wilhite definitely put the pressure on Martin. It seems like Martin, if he is good on the run, Rick, it's short passes, so you want to force him to throw a good one. You got to cover that underneath, little short dink and dunk from him. 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs from their own 46. Snap to Martin, looking to throw again. Pressure coming again. He's going to throw over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Trace Wilhite was coming in hot again from that right defensive end spot. Martin got it off, and he put some zip on that one.
He did. He turned that one loose.
Just over his head. Good coverage on the play. I think number 3, Riley Heckaden, was on the coverage. Mario Delapina, the freshman, came in there for a play at that defensive tackle spot. That defensive tackle spot been kind of a hard spot to play tonight. Now Stetson Wist, the senior, number 56, going to get in on the action. Takes Delapina out of the defense. Snap to Martin. He's going to pull it down to throw. Throws up the sidelines, complete at the 45, up to the 40. Going to be pushed out of bounds at the 41. Just wasn't covered there. And it looked like the Tigers was bringing the house. I seen Logan Crockett come off that right end real hot. Martin did a good job moving away from the pressure and staying composed and throwing a complete pass to the Mustang sideline.
Well, they had the short man covered, but the intermediate man down below, that was a good throw by that quarterback.
Sure, he is. He's really ripping the football. He doesn't let it hang in there very long. Now, go ahead.
He's turning it loose.
Mustangs into Tiger territory at the 40-yard line. First and 10 from there, 6:21 left in the game. Tigers up 31-7. Shotgun formation for Martin, 2 receivers left. 2 right, 1 to the left. Snap to Martin, looking over. He's taking his time, going to go a big ball up top to the County sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds, incomplete. Looked like number 8, Ty Wilhite, was on the coverage there. Good coverage there by Ty coming from that safety spot. Martin just let that one fly and it went out of bounds, but we had it covered, I felt like.
Yeah, they did a good job. They're just letting the defensive guys on the front line put the pressure on. They're not trying to blitz or anything, and he gets his feet set. He can throw it.
Yep.
The problem is if you're going to throw it over by Gastel's side, you're going to make a mistake.
Sure. Nick Moore now subbing in at the defensive tackle spot. Tigers just running a 3-man defensive front. Snap to Martin. Looking to throw. Tiger defense trying to put him under pressure. Tyson Williams got a hand on it. Trace Wilhite comes from the backside and gets the sack. No, maybe a gain on the yard on the play. Trace hit him hard enough. He knocked him 3 yards forward. Good job there. Tyson Williams had the pressure, and Trace finally caught up to Martin from that backside and got him on the ground, but it will be a gain of a yard on the play for the Mustangs. Bring up a 3rd and 9 from the Tiger 39. 5:40 left here in the game. Tigers up 31-7. Mustangs taking their time getting the call in here. 9 seconds left on the play clock. They better hurry up or Coach Hoover is going to have to burn it. Yep, he burns a timeout. Take it with him. 30-second break and be right back. You listen to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Do you want real pizza made fresh with homemade dough and sauce with all the ingredients? Go to Mother Tucker's Pizza. Your perfect pizza is waiting. They have curbside delivery, dine-in, daily buffet, fresh daily salad, or you can try the nachos, wings, mushrooms, and toasted right out of the oven sandwiches. Mother Tucker's Pizza has 12 specialty pizzas, or they can custom make yours. They also have a patio to hang out with friends and family. Come on by before the game. We're open Friday night home games only until 10 for carryout. Mother Tucker's Pizza, the pizza you've been waiting on. Next to the golf course in Lamar. Call ahead 681-0855.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Coming out of the timeout here, the Mustangs going to face a 3rd and 9 from the Tiger 39. 5:28 left in the game. Tigers up 31-7. Well, a shout out to Gene and Marva on that 60-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah. 60 years, that's quite a treat.
That is.
Yeah.
Don't want to age anybody, but if you've been married that long,
yeah.
Old Jay's getting up there. Doesn't show any though if you talk to him.
3rd and 9.
Snap to Martin, looking to throw, going to pull it down and run. And he's hit at the 40-yard line there by Tyson Williams. Tyson Williams finally getting a hand on Martin. They are going to give him a gain of a few on the play, but Tyson Williams, Martin been squirting out of his hands all week or all night, and didn't get away from him that time.
That was a good play. Defensive line did a good job there.
It's like Stetson Wisk going to check back into the game at that defensive tackle spot. I think it's every play they're bringing a new guy in at that defensive tackle spot.
Well, they ran 9 plays for about 22 yards in the quarter. And that's what you want. You don't want them to have very many downs.
Sure. Tigers get a stop here. You can probably put it on ice. 4th and 7 from the 37. Snap to Martin. Looking to throw. Pressure coming again. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to try to pull it down and run, and he's hit from behind by Trace Wilhite again, but Trace just knocks him forward 3 yards. He gave him a gain on the play, but the Mustangs will turn it over on downs.
I think Trace figured out that if he runs through, gets past him, if he'll just turn around and come back, he'll be waiting on him.
Sure,
and he hit him twice. It took him the home game to figure that out. But Martin's probably thinking, where's that guy coming from?
Sure. Yeah, he thinks he's already got by him, and Martin is a good quarterback. Yeah, that's rule one. You keep your eyes downfield and leave it up to your offensive lineman to protect your backside. And Trace doing a good job catching up with him 2 plays in a row there.
Yeah.
1st and 10 now for the Tigers from their own 36. 4:39 left in the game. Up 31-7 over the Mustangs. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Motion to the left with Terrell Davis. Going to hand off to him. He's across the 35, cuts back, slips and falls. Going to get back maybe a gain of a yard on the play. I thought maybe just back to the line of scrimmage.
Well,
mark him down at the 37, 1-yard gain.
You know, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the ball game. For every time you run the ball, every time you pick up a first down, you burn about 2 minutes.
Sure.
So
Tiger offense can put this one away for sure with a first down, I'd say.
They're milking the clock.
Play clock down to 10 seconds now. Tigers better get set. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. No backs in the backfield with Beshore. Motion to the right with Davis. Snap to Beshore. Going to go up the middle with it. He's across the 40 up to the 45. Going to be hit from behind and brought down there at the 45. Good hard run there again by Joel Beshore. Thought he was going to have a little room, Rick, there to pick up the first down. Come up just shy of it at the 45.
Number 12.
You know, he's had about 30 yards rushing tonight, but it's probably the hardest 30 yards he's ever had in his life.
Sure.
But he's gutted it out and given him that yardage. That's a big pickup right there. You know, 3:24 left on the clock. You take it 3rd and 1. Yeah, let's go get this.
Shotgun formation. 1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left. Hands off to Crockett. Gets across the 45, steps over 1, gets across the 50 up to the 45. And going to be brought down just shy of the 40 there. No, they do mark him down in Mack County territory at the 40. Good run there by Logan Crockett.
No flags.
No flags. Talk about the vision. He was stepping over guys and keeping his eyes down the field to see what he had coming ahead of him.
You know, these guys get a hold of him, and it's like, I got him, but how am I going to get him down?
Mm-hmm. With the speed and the size that kid is, he's a special talent at running back for the Tigers for sure.
It's kind of like going to a football game and a rodeo breaks out.
Sure, yeah. And, you know, not to mention he's just a junior, so he does a good job for the Tigers. 1st and 10 now, 2:45 left on the clock. Tigers up 31-7. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, none to the left. Beshore motion to the left, snap to him. He's going to go right up the middle, across the 40 up to the 35, up to the 30, and going to be brought down there at the 30-yard line. Quick hitting 11 yards there on the play, marking down at the 29. That's how fast Joel Beshore can make you pay.
2 minutes off the clock and another first down.
Yep, enough for another Stevens Automotive first down.
Matt County saying, I'm so tired of chasing these guys.
Mm-hmm. And just another game, you know, not as big a score for the Tigers, but another game where they just wore them down, you know.
This is the kind of game you need for a discipline in your program. I mean, just a
shotgun formation for Beshore. Motion left with Googie. Beshore keeps it himself across the 30 up to the 25. Going to be spun down there at the 25. Gain of 4 on the play. Joel kind of limping here, maybe going to stretch out. He did cramp up last week. He had that big long run, and he's going to that calf muscle again here. And it's been a hard, you know, not take anything away from Mack County. Tigers have had to fight in this one. The scoreboard doesn't reflect it, but they've had to fight.
Mack County didn't give them anything.
Sure. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 6 now from the Mack 25.
Oh, Joel's got a cramp. You can tell the way he's going to give this one up, I can bet you.
Hands off to Davis. He's across the 20 up to the 15, cuts back at the 15, and they get there. Stayed in bounds. Got their hands on him and got him brought down, but not before he picks up the first down. All the way down to the 14. Is that where they mark it?
11 yards on the carry.
Good run there by Davis, and I was with you. Yeah, there's no way Joel was going to hold on to that. Ty Wilhite going to come into the game, and Joel goes to the sideline. 1:06 left here on the clock. Tigers up 31-7, and you can put this one on ice for sure.
Absolutely.
Good last drive. You know, you talk about it for a program. That was a good last drive for the Tigers.
Well, the 2 drives, these last 2 drives, they took almost the whole quarter.
Yeah. Tigers just go victory formation, and Wilhite's going to kneel on it. Good game, Rick. Here, it's been fun, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, this is good.
We like to remind everybody to stick around for the Bull Insurance post-game show coming up here in about 35 seconds. Wilhite takes the snap and going to kneel on it again. 39 seconds left on the play clock, and that will do it. Tigers win this one here in a game, another game that Coach Beshore wanted to play a little bit better this year, and they sure did it here. It was a fun game. Tigers win it 31-7 over Mack County. Let the clock bleed off and make it official, but Tigers and Mustangs both going to their respective sidelines. That'll bring an end to it. Stick around here. We'll bring up the Bull Insurance postgame. And you've been listening to 101.7. Tigers win this one again, 31-7. Take a 3-minute break. 3-minute break. and be back with the post-game show. You're listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Show your school spirit every time you pull out your wallet. Get a School Pride debit card from Lamar Bank and Trust. Whether you're a Lamar Tiger, a Golden City Eagle, or a Liberal Bulldog, we can print your team colors right on your card. Every time you complete a signature-based transaction, LBT will give 5 cents back to your school. May not sound like much, but over a year, it sure adds up. Stop by or visit lbt.com to learn more. LBT, a better way to bank. Member FDIC. McDonald's of Lamar is proud to be a supporter of all area students and athletes and would like to wish the Lamar Tigers congratulations and continued success throughout the season. McDonald's of Lamar is now under new owners. Shane and Kara Campbell are proud to be members of the Lamar community. Whether you dine in or drive through, they strive to give you the best and most courteous service around. McDonald's of Lamar. Make them your first stop before each game and check out their full menu of great food, drinks, coffee, and ice cream. McDonald's of Lamar, proudly supporting the Lamar Tigers.
Some things in life you can just rely on, like the comfy fit of a favorite pair of jeans and the tried and true performance of a new home comfort system from Ruud. So here's to reliability, built into everything we do. Rely on Ruud.
Get reliable year-round comfort with a new HVAC system installed by the pros at Jones Plumbing, Heat, and Air, the local team you can rely on because the best is not too good for you. Give them a call at 682-2780 and find them fast in names and numbers.
In the state of Missouri, giving us the capabilities to help you out, whether if you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned homeowner. Don't hesitate to contact me for your mortgage financing needs. I can be reached at 417-214-9119. I look forward to hearing from you. Nathan Mayberry, NMLS number 256722, DAS Acquisitions Company LLC, DBA USA Mortgage, NMLS number 227262, Equal Housing Lender. Additional terms and conditions apply. Toll free at 888-250-6522. For license information, go to www.usa-mortgage.com. Go Tigers!
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. Final Lamar Tigers come up here 31-7 over the McDonald County Mustangs. This is the Bull Insurance postgame. For your complete insurance evaluation, call Bull Insurance at 417-682-2998. And Rick, we mentioned at halftime the Cox Health stats. Got Cox Health life-changing careers happen here. CoxHealth.com careers. There we go. That was a little better.
Yeah, there you go. And, 31-7, good ball game. I don't know what everybody expected, to come through with it. But, when you go back and look at the stats, Lamar had 320 yards rushing, or 320 yards at halftime, and they ended that game with 504. I look back on that, and there was 79 of it on passing and 433 on running.
Mm-hmm.
But the real thing you notice on the stats is Mack County had 158 in the first half, and they only had 88 in the second half. So the adjustments they made at halftime, we talked about that before we did the keys of the game, is adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to what they tell you, make your adjustments, and they made some great adjustments.
Sure.
And because they come out and they held them to that 58. Of course, mine aren't official.
Sure.
You need to ask those guys down on the field.
Sure.
I'm telling too many stories and talking too many times, but 58 yards, total yards in the fourth quarter, and they're throwing the ball a lot more, and this kid could throw it. But, the only score we had in the second half was Nugi when he ran a 47-yard touchdown. But we killed the clock. As I pointed out that one time we got the ball back when the score was pretty tight, still tight, 10:43, and we took it down to score. We took 6 minutes off the clock and scored.
Sure.
And that really breaks your back. You know, that some of the stuff we were doing early in the game where we were scoring real quick, you know, I didn't go back and count the plays, but I know Mack County had a lot more plays than we did, and our defense was hurting. Second half, a little different, you know, not as much that way. And I know the coaches made some adjustments. They were running people in and out on that defensive tackle inside. They were switching Mike from side to side. And, you know, they were doing a good job inside to try to stop the run. And nobody got much yards in between the tackles. I think Mac probably got a little more than we did, but I think Joe finally figured out some runs to get, and he had a good night, you know, at the end when he came on. But you know, you've got those guys that run the ball for Lamar, and you saw the fresh legs come in. You know, if you're playing defense and you're Mack County, and you're playing defense and you've chased Crockett and Wilkerson and all those guys, Joel and all those guys, and they play you 3 quarters and they just beat you to death, and all of a sudden they bring 2 rabbits in. Fresh legs, let them run. It's like, holy smokes, that's not fair.
Sure.
That's not right.
And we seen them do it last week with Logan Kish and Ian Googie, and
yeah,
I was so proud. You know, I've been high on that kid. I watched him play junior high football, and he was a quarterback in junior high, and I felt like he did some really special things there. That just tells you what kind of a chameleon he is, because he can adapt to whatever Coach Beshore needs him to be. And here this year he's rotating in and out with Terrell at that slot position. And last week on a little bubble screen, just about got into the end zone, and they brought him down shy of it. And this week he gets the payoff and gets in the end zone. That's big for a kid that's a sophomore, you know.
Yeah.
And
in a big game.
In a big game.
In a big game.
And you know, we talked about you talk about a building drive or something, or a game that helps you here in week 3 and shows your team what they're really made of. That touchdown that Ian scored off of was a hold that was brought back on a nice carry by Logan Kish.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just things that can build your confidence. And I think, you know, these older kids, they got confidence. They know what they can do. But when you have a guy that's going to fill in and he can build confidence like that this early in the season in a big game, wow.
Well, and you know, we're up 19-0 in the second quarter, and there's only a minute left. We get the ball back, and they run 2 plays and score. And, you know, that's just putting a challenge out there. That's just telling your kids, hey, they don't think we can score.
Yep.
Let's go score.
Sure.
And, you know, that's scary. You know, and Mack County had to think, you know, man, we got this thing back to 12 points. We're in good shape. And I'll be darned if they didn't turn around and score it again. And, you know, 25-7. That trip got a lot longer to the dressing room. And, you know, the Tigers did a good job tonight of containing the pass. We kept talking about them, how far they were playing off the ends, but that was part of the game plan, you know, at 8 o'clock. And we did a good job of, I think, just staying in there and playing. And, you know, what I like about these guys more than anything else is they've acted like they've been there before. And I've said it 100 times, but, you know, they're not arrogant about it. They're just happy for each other.
Sure.
They block for each other. They even hold for each other once in a while.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and that you seen there at the end of the game. I don't know what happened to Duncan, but I noticed he was on the sideline in the second half, bandaged up. And Mike Mills, whenever it was late in the game and Mac was going to have to throw on that last drive of theirs, they were platooning guys that I haven't seen Stetson Wiss on defense since JV ball. And he was coming in, you know, they had Mario Delapino, the freshman, coming in at that nose tackle spot, and so running that 3-man defense in front. So that just shows you a guy that's just willing, a senior in Stetson Wiss that's willing to step up. He's played defense before, but not like this, you know, and you get a couple guys that go down or they're fatigued or something, and a senior taking the bull by the horn says, I'll go into the game, and did a pretty good job.
You know,
of
we
it.
talked about that. That's probably 2 of the best offensive defensive lines that you'll want to see in high school football. They're disciplined. They do the right things. They run off of them. They protect their quarterback. It was a good game. Good game to watch. So.
And you know, that's something that people bring up all the time. You know, whenever I talk, well, what's the line going to look like? There's a lot of changing out that goes in with these Lamar Tiger offensive line. I know I've talked about it already this year. But it's the next man up mentality, and that's what you build a program for. And you think, well, you know, we've been outsized. We were outsized tonight compared to their height and weight, but I can tell you, when you look at the rushing yards for each team, I can tell you who won the battle.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's a credit to this offensive line, and it is a team game, and everybody does their job. But special game here tonight, and I know one that Coach Beshore wanted to rewrite from last year, and he sure did it here.
Well, and just rough, went back and looked at the 257 yards, but they had 117 yards rushing the football, and they had 140 passing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we contained them in the sense of how we were trying to take care of the football, and you know, that's good. It's hard to be a good pass defense and a good run defense.
Sure.
And boy, they've got some kids that can play defense on both sides of the ball. But when you're playing both ways, you get tired. One thing you found out tonight, how conditioned Lamar Tigers are.
Sure.
You know, they come out the second half, dominated the second half, not with a lot of yards, but the clock. And they just beat them to death with it.
Sure.
Just kept running at them, and they run out of gas.
Yeah,
you know?
and the defense was bending a couple times, but they did not break, you know.
Yeah.
And thanks, Arno. And so, you know, a credit to the defense, too, because, you know, we kind of pick on what Mac was able to do or whatever, but the defense was out there a lot, and there was only 7 points put up on the board. So
well, and you know, we talked about it too. You try to keep that first down, you know, to where it's like 2nd and 7 or 2nd and 8, and that's what they did in the second half. And they put a lot of pressure on them, made that long yardage, and they got a penalty on one. They jumped after they had a good play, and it made it 8 yards instead of 2 yards, and it takes that playbook and just throws it away.
Sure.
You know, if you get 2 yards, you can get 2 yards, but boy, you get 8 yards. That's not very.
That's a killer.
You
Yeah.
have a hard time getting that. So.
Sure. Well, this is the Bull post-game interview. We'll try to be back here as soon as we get the coaches up here with the post-game coaches interview. Take a 2-minute break. 2-minute break and be right back. You're listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Tiger football isn't just
the
a game,
management
it's
staff
a
and all
tradition.
employees of Redneck Outdoors, one of the Barton County area's largest employers, would like to wish the Barton County area teams a great year. Redneck Outdoors is always a supporter of area student athletes, band members, cheerleaders, and the entire school system. It takes a lot to create a winning team, and Redneck Outdoors would like to recognize everyone involved. Redneck is always looking for qualified applicants for employment and is proud to support the Barton County area's workforce. Redneck offers competitive
live, live special teams. Just, get your guy out of the lane. Don't get kicked out of your lane. And I thought they did a good job with that this week. And, we got things we got to work on. I feel like we're going to get our PAT down. I mean, it is very frustrating because I got a group of kids there that can make those happen, and they know they need to make them happen. And I mean, we saw it Monday night. If anybody was here, our holder and our kicker are both JV guys. On Monday nights, and they went 7 for 7 on Monday night.
Sure.
So it's there. You're also dealing with a young kicker. And Jose came up and apologized, and I said, you're going to have to quit telling me you're sorry, because it's not that I don't accept it.
Right.
It's that you have to believe in yourself as much as I believe in you, because I wouldn't even have you out there if I didn't think it was possible. I mean, so those things will get cleared up. Offensively, I thought our blocking, especially by the T's and Z's, the guys that I do I'm in control of, I guess, whatever. Man, I loved our blocking tonight by those guys. We got called for 2 or 3 holding calls that those, I tell them, I go back to the blind side, tell them he's got to go. And on that one, Trace is doing nothing but blocking him to the sideline as fast as he could backwards, and gets called for a hold. And so if it was on our side, I was like, what, was he blocking him too hard? I mean, those kids were blocking that way, the way that, I try to get them to play, and the way we try to preach to them to play. And up front, I thought we did a good job. We had some miss, but, man, there's some big kids. I mean, that's probably one of the bigger, defensive lines, offensive lines that we will probably face throughout the year. I mean, I don't know the numbers, but, I mean, that's a big group. And, we struggled as linebackers there in the first half because their offensive line was so big we couldn't see past them. And they kept coming and telling me, Coach, everything looks like a pass block. And they were right. When you look at the film, it was hard to find the hole on that stuff. But we found enough stops, and, man almighty, if we could sack a quarterback. And, I mean, some of that's got to go to Cole. Cole Martin is an outstanding athlete. He's a great young man. I mean, I've known his dad for a long time and got to talk to Cole personally. I mean, he's a great kid, and he does a good job keeping himself active. But, man, I still think we could have got him down on the ground a little bit more. And
seemed like Tyson had him within his grasp, would get a time or two, and credit to Cole just getting out. He's an athlete.
He just got out of it, He just was able to. I mean, the one time I know Mike and I believe it was Tucker, both had him right up the middle. I mean, they both had arms on him at one point, and he still slipped forward for 3 yards. And, I mean, but those are things, again, if you were making every one of those, what are you going to work on? Now we know we got to work on some pass rush and a tackle. And so, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff we can still work on as we go forward. But the effort by our young men tonight after the week we had, because, I mean, allergies are terrible right now. And unfortunately, in this day and age, everything that used to be common is no longer common. So everybody goes into a panic, and I fully understand it. I'm not knocking it. I mean, it's just the world that, I mean, I used to tell them, and Jared and I were talking one day, I used to tell them back, 13 years ago, if I'm sick, I'm coming to school. I mean, I'm not staying home.
Yeah.
And so we had a whole bunch of what I believe was a lot of allergy stuff earlier in the week. We had a bunch of kids that were just drained, and we had to adjust some practices. I thought we did a good job as a coaching staff to kind of keep it a little bit loose, kind of keep it a little bit shorter early in the week, and I think it really paid off because all of our kids were, all our varsity kids were back and healthy by Friday afternoon, and they were playing high energy, and I thought they did a great job.
Sure. That's what it showed here tonight. You talk about Cole and the athlete that he is, and sometimes you see quarterbacks. Peyton Manning, I used to admire Peyton Manning. He drove me nuts a lot of times. I'm like, why can they not get that guy on the ground? It's almost like he's got eyes in the back of his head. And there was a play down here, and I know Kyler last year, he come in filling in for Rob Law at Matt County last year, and he's starter here tonight. Kyler was giving him chase, and just before Kyler's ready to lower the boom on him, Cole gets rid of it. Now, Riley Heckaden got his hands on it. It was good coverage by Mason. Riley could have been a pick, but credit Cole for still getting the thing off before he gets mashed by Kyler.
Still, and I told Kyler throughout the week, to all the linebackers, he's going to be elusive. You don't have – I want you to get him on the ground, obviously, but I said I don't envision you getting him down a lot. But in watching film, if you just put pressure on him, he'll make some questionable throws. The one into the back of the end zone down here with Kyler and Tyson are chasing him to the sideline. They tried to run a boot pass at one point. Kyler got in his face and he spiked it in the ground. And, that's a testament to our kids giving that much effort, trying to get some pressure on. And, you don't feel like you get a payday sometimes in those things, but sometimes you just do your job and everything turns out right.
And Rick was talking about it seemed like in that first half, anytime Cole did have to throw a longer pass, Mason got a pick on one of them or they were errant. It seemed like they were trying to get to that quick out and let Cole get the ball out of his hands and show that arm off because he can throw the football hard. And how do you tell a guy like Riley Heckaden that it's his first year to be patient with that? Because it's frustrating when they're picking up 4 and 5, 6 yards every single time. How do you not?
The big thing is in high school football, there are very few coaches that are patient enough to continue to throw the out, continue to throw a hitch. They just can't do it. They're going to go for something else. They're not going to keep going. And so really what we were trying to get going, which is hard because we got a lot of kids, a couple of those kids that are playing secondary or two-way kids is, you got to play games on those things. You got to, because we noticed when we move up on him, then they wouldn't throw it, But then if you move up on him, now the out and the up may come into play. And so, we had to, and that's good for those kids, to figure it out how we can play those games. And we'll be able to take that it won't come into play next week very much. But games down the road, we'll be able to show, and Wilk's great about it. They call it Taco Tuesday. And, he's great about, being able to film study with those secondary kids. And those things like that will just keep getting better and better.
Sure. Well, going over this game, that pretty well covers it for this week in your preparation. And here we are, the 4th year of it. The Silver Tiger game. I think the very first year that I did this here on the radio was the first year that the Silver Tiger game was back in a long time. And we talk about it every year. What are you looking for this year going into the Silver Tiger game?
To me, this has probably got to be the most anticipated in many years, I would say. I don't know when the last time these two teams met that were undefeated, past week 1. I know, for many years it was the first week of the season. And so it was kind of an unknown, see what happened type deal. But now you got a team that, and I don't look at them a lot, but I believe they were ranked in Class 4 a couple weeks ago after their first win. So I would say they're probably ranked. So you're going to have, I don't know, some of you guys probably, has Lamar and Nevada ever both been ranked?
I have no idea.
And played each other? That to me, that's.
It had to been in the mid-90s if there was, because there was that was whenever that thing was heated. Nevada was really good in the mid-90s, so was Lamar. So
to me, it's probably one of the most anticipated ones in what, 20,
30 years.
20, 25 years, most anticipated game. And to me, the fun part is it's what I call real football. They're going to line up in 3 formations, and they're going to try to just ram the rock down. We played that Saturday game, so I got to go watch the Logan-Rogersville game, and their kids up front are big kids. They've got a lot of those kids that are in, the junior, senior class that are really big kids. Skylar Mashek, I know, had some great honors last year. He's a junior, same age as my son, and I got to coach a bunch of those kids when they were young, and and that was the kind of football when I was coaching. That's the kind of football we played. It was cloud of dust. We're going to get 3 or 4 yards, and so they. Is that me?
Might be.
It is. I'll talk to him later. To me, it'd be real football, and I'm looking forward to it because the last time it was Logan Field, I didn't get to go. I was watching my daughter. And that was kind of hard on me not being able to be there at that field that night with those guys, because that was a special group of kids for me. And I'm looking forward to getting to. Sure. It's 8 miles from my house to the football field, and looking forward to get to go over there and see how our kids stack up. And it's one of those things. I know everybody on every side of the field, and it's one of those deals. I'm going to lose no matter what I do, but at the same time, this is where my heart is, and these kids they're starting to gel a little better, and I know what their workouts are like, and I know what their hearts are like, and I know that they will put their very best effort in, because a lot of these kids know, like Wilk said, your parents and grandparents and maybe great-grandparents played in this game. And so, I mean, they know it's not just about us and our team this week. It's about carrying something on and bringing something back to their families. And these kids are very family-oriented, and that's going to mean a lot to them. So it'll be a very personal game to them.
I remember whenever I was young, they played that thing when I was in 8th grade, and then they played it again the year after I graduated. So I never got to play anyone. And I had a couple buddies I played some AAU basketball with from up there, and I really, really wanted to play them. Now, we did my senior year. We got the Jamboree up there, so I got to hit Bo Bishop one time in the Jamboree, and so that was fun. But I never got to play in that thing, and I remember when we moved here when I was in 2nd grade, and I remember the first time I heard about the Silver Tiger game. It was like a week-long – it was like a pep rally every day for that thing. I'm in 2nd grade going, what is going on? And I remember the crowds that come out. And I remember the first year of this thing, whenever it came back here 3 years ago. It was Travis Bailey's senior year. Yeah. And it was here. And then Wyatt's senior year, it was there, and last year here. So I remember whenever it came back, and that first year whenever it was here, I don't remember the exact score, but I remember we beat them pretty handily. And the thing, and it, you can see it building. And so I hope that we talk about it after the game, that we hope that it gets back to that. Well, here you are. You just said it. They're ranked. They're undefeated. There's a lot at stake for both teams, and so it's going to be a fun one, certainly for me and everybody on both sides.
It'll be a tight game where, the team that makes the least amount of mistakes wins, and it, I think we got a really good air attack, but it could be a very short ball game simply because both teams are going to try to run the ball a lot and put their physical dominance out there. And I'll take my kids' physical dominance any day because I get to see them in the weight room every single day.
And you're playing for a trophy too, so that's what a lot of people don't get to experience right in the middle of their season is you get a chance to win something that you can grab a hold of and take pride in. So
kind of like getting to have a championship. A championship in the middle of the season can only build you for later on in the year.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, good luck with your week of preparation, and good luck with, I know, the both sides that you're going to sing.
My phone's already
right. It's already started.
I heard about it after week 1, and that's fine. I'm not complaining about it. It actually does not bother me the way it used to, because it's guys that I've spent a lot of time with, and a community that I've spent a lot of time with, and I just happen to get to be stuck in the middle of it. So, hey, what are you going to do? You know, just keep working and keep a smile on your face.
Sure, absolutely. Well, thanks for coming up, Coach,
Thank
and
you,
good luck this week. Take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with Coach Beshore. Listen to 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Explore your career possibilities at Cox Health. As one of Southwest Missouri's choice employers, we keep these traditions alive by continually investing in the technology, resources, and people that make us the region's healthcare leader. If you're ready to explore the possibilities of a Cox Health career, we'd love to meet you. Life-changing careers happen here. Call 417-269-5627 or go to coxhealth.com/careers.
American Family Agent Eric Hughes invites you to come in and review your insurance needs. Eric has home, commercial, life, and auto to cover all your insurance needs, and American Family to back you all the way. Stop by the office today at 407 West 12th Street in Lamar or call 417-682-3725. For peace of mind, have the right insurance agent, Eric Hughes and American Family.
American Family Insurance. Beardy's Custom and Collision can customize your prize ride. Bring it back from what it was to what it can be, and to any extreme you can imagine. Chopped, lowered, painted, or back to original glory. Beardy's Custom and Collision treats your car just like it was their own. East of Lamar on 160, then straight on Highway E. Give them a call, 417-537-0018, or check them out on Facebook. Beardy's Custom and Collision. That's Beardies, custom with a K and collision.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter agents Bruce Moline or Brian Griffith in Lamar.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. This is the Community National Bank and Trust postgame coaches interview, joined by head coach Jared Beshore. Coach Beshore, thanks for coming up and joining us here tonight. Got an unfamiliar face, Wyatt under the weather, and we got the Hall of Famer and Rick Johnson coming up here.
Old school.
Yeah, that's
Old
right.
school.
That's right.
I was playing ball.
Yeah.
I was playing ball last time we were up here.
So he gave you the stats there, and looking at that thing, it shows that you were pretty steady on the ground, but Rick and I talked at halftime, 300 of those 433 unofficial yards come in the first half. So talk about your offense tonight and what you seen, what you liked out of them.
Well, you always like getting out there and, and being able to run the rock. And, that's what we've always prided ourselves. That's how I'm always going to be, and when we got out there on that first drive and we ran sweep and we ran buck for, as many yards as we did, I knew it was going to be a good night. And our guys took a lot of pride in getting their job done blocking scheme-wise. I put a lot of pressure on our T's and Z's this week of getting out there and getting our alleys blocked up. Teams going to play that defense against us because they think they have to stop the run. And, Matt County gave us a little bit different look this week than teams have in the past, but the basics were the same as far as blocking for us. And so it was go time for those guys up front. And I told them before the game, I said, it's on you guys. I know that we have the speed back here to run. You have got to get us some lanes to run through. Sure. And they did early, and we went running from there.
Sure. And you jump on them, I thought, what was it, 2 or 3 plays, 4 plays, something, and you're up 12-0, and that in a game that's pinned as a hard, tough matchup, and it was not taking anything away from Matt County, but talk about you jump up 12-0. How big is that? You've been in on some of those whenever you were toting the rock, and when you guys can those 1-play and 2-play drives. Yeah. How big is that?
It's a big confidence builder for the guys up front. That they're getting lanes opened up, and then it gives our backs a lot of confidence. They're not second guessing their reads on where they can hit the hole. They're seeing it and they're running through it. They're seeing it and they're one juking going. They're trusting it. There's no hesitation. I thought at some points a few of our guys have been hesitant running the football, and I was just telling them this week, I was like, trust your guys up front. Run as fast as you can. Make a cut if necessary, but let's try to get north and south as quickly as possible because, that's the biggest stress, especially a guy that's played on that defensive front. When a team is running north and south, one-cut type backs, quick hitting the hole, blocking schemes hitting quick, that's the toughest stuff to defend, and that's what I'm trying to preach to our guys. And I thought we did a nice job of that tonight. And
last week we talked about Joel in the passing game. Didn't really get the passing game going a whole lot here tonight.
Yeah.
Didn't have to when you're running.
No, the like one that. Drive we actually did try to throw the ball around. It stalled out, and so that's why I said screw that. I'm not doing that anymore.
Sure.
We liked some matchups that we got on the outside, but we didn't even have to go to them. Didn't even have to target some of those guys just because of, we're running the ball well, and why change?
Sure.
I got Wilk and Coach Lundin in my ear down there saying you throw the ball 3 things can happen, 2 of them are bad. So, so I threw a few times, and then we got back into the run game because I knew that was what was going to take us home.
And that Joel had a good passing game last week. Didn't need it this week, but Rick and I was talking in that first half. You almost felt like we talked week 1 about how you wanted Joel to be that quarterback that hits quick up the middle and how fast he can get to 15, 20 yards. It felt like tonight that Mac was just plugging the middle, and they were not going to let 18 beat them up the middle.
Well, and I mean, you can go back to last year. You know, obviously Case was that guy for us last year, and you go back to that game and you watch it, and I mean, first of all, they've got some big, strong dudes up front, big guys that are hole pluggers. They're coached up, so they're gonna close down blocks. They're gonna use their hands to get down the line, and so it's tough to run in between the tackles against those guys. I don't care who you are. What I liked about our matchup with Mac this week was I thought that our backfield guys compared to their linebacking core, their DBs, I thought we had more speed than them. So I thought if we can get the edge blocked up, I think we can have a big night running on the perimeter. And, you know, early it showed that. And so, you know, it's week to week based on who's going to get all the glory. You know, it's that's what I like about this group is there is a ton of dudes that you can give the ball to, and they're all blocking for each other. Probably the most fun I had all night was that we got 2 or 3 holding penalties in a row, and we run that A reverse there to Googie, and you saw Stetson getting out and running. You saw Joel getting out and running to get that block done and springing him free. And those guys are hyped up to get those blocks done for their teammates. They're not worried about, hey, I mean, I didn't get as many carries tonight, or I didn't get as many yards tonight. It ain't about that. It's about putting the ball in the end zone and being physical while you're doing it, sending a message. And those guys enjoy doing that. And that's what I like about this group.
And we talked last week about a guy that in Logan Kish coming in, and I felt like, you know, Googie had that big I think you ran a little bubble screen to him or something. He almost got in the end zone. That's a kid. I watched him in junior high playing quarterback, and what a chameleon he is to be able to play. He's moving into the slot, and he's electric. Last year, he's a return guy for you. I don't know if he got in the end zone last year other than mop. He might have got in a mop up, but I was wanting him in the end zone. I was happy for Logan Kish to get in because that's going to build him too. But talk about a sophomore here. He sniffed the end zone close last week, and then he finally gets in. And what's that feel like for a guy like that? And you as a coach to get to see a sophomore do that? It's
big. You know, like I said, it's big for his confidence. He's a kid that could be a big-time playmaker for us. He has that natural act of, you know, of making dudes miss, knowing when to cut. You know, he's one of those quick-cut guys. You know, he doesn't have to stand out there and juke you too much, but he's a one-cut, make you miss and get vertical type of runner. Not to mention he's pretty slimy to try to tackle as well. So, you know, he's a kid that really could make some big-time plays for us in the future this year as well. So seeing him getting that confidence building was huge. And like I said, the guys up front that were happy for him, that were getting those blocks made, that was cool to see.
And moving to the offense, or excuse me, to the defensive side of the ball, we talked about those guys were just seemed like whenever you're scoring in 2 plays, those guys are on the field all night.
They were on the field all night. And
talk about getting off the field, though. As a defense, you want to get off the field, and Mac really in the second quarter, you know, whenever they put that drive together, now you answered with the touchdown. Trace had the big long run that set up Austin's touchdown. It was a good answer, but talk about, you know, being a defensive guy at Missouri State and stuff. What's it like whenever you get them in that third down and they get out of the hole and they get to pick up the first down?
It can be depending on the mentality of the defense. It can be very deflating. You know, I was a part of defenses before that. When you get in that situation and you get them to 3rd and long, you know, you get them to 4th and 5, 4th and 6, and you got a great opportunity to, and then they still find a way. That can be deflating. The mentality that great teams have is that bend don't break mentality. Like, okay, they got it, reset. We're right here right now. It's put down ball. Put the ball down. We'll still keep playing because you haven't scored yet. And I mean, I don't know how many times they actually got into threatening zone to score in the red zone. I think it was 2 or 3 times where they didn't come away with any points at all, and our guys were able to hold strong and get that ball back for us. So that was huge, and we've been doing that all year. You know, we got a goal line stop week 1, we got another goal line stop week 2. So that's nothing new for these guys. These guys don't get panicked when they're pressing for the 20, you know, and looking like they're about to punch it in. They're not going to give up, and we're still going to try to get that ball back. It just takes one play. And that's cool to see from our defense. Our guys defensively played extremely lights out. They were extremely well prepared. Coach Wilk had them going. Coach Lundeen had them going. It was cool to see this week those guys attacking this game, because I'm telling you, going back and watching last year's game, it was not fun to watch. It was just not fun to watch defensively.
And they, you know, Rick gave you the stats there. They had 257 unofficial, and it looked pretty even run pass. But those runs, that it seemed like they were just trying to be patient and pick that around. I'd call it the Le'Veon Bell run. I remember that guy would just stay back there and be patient. It seemed like they were having some success do that, and then you get to stop.
Yeah.
Talk about a defensive front. You got a guy like Mike Mills. We've talked about him every week. He's a first-year guy. How do you coach him up to defend something like that? Because he hadn't seen him. But Springfield Catholic even they went downhill, and so did Reed's, and so he hasn't seen that type of patience yet.
Yeah, when you're playing a big offensive front like they have, and they're going to lay on you. They're big guys, tough to see backfield action behind those guys, because I mean all of them 6'2", 6'3", 290, 270 guys. Running a zone type scheme. They're running zone split. They're pulling occasionally, but it's not. It's not your quick gap scheme game, kind of like we run, where you pull kick and try to hit up in the hole. They're wrapping around. They're, like you said, they're taking their time, trying to find the one crease, the one gap that we're not fitting correctly. And so it's tough to coach up, because you have to hold your gap, and you have to be patient and trust that your brother next to you is holding his gap. Otherwise, if you start pulling over, if you cross face, and then there's a gap for you. So it's a learning experience for those guys up front, especially for Mike. Mike's this is his first year going, but guys like Rourke Dillon got to get in tonight. Guys like Ryan Davis and Tucker, who didn't really play any defense last year. Stetson was in there. Heck, we're throwing bodies at them as much as we can, trying to keep guys fresh. And I thought we did a nice job of that tonight.
Sure.
And it's just a learning game, and we're going to play more teams like that. Now I don't know how many teams we'll play that'll be that big and strong. So, I like our chances, just because we've gotten to see what a big, strong, physical team can do, and we've had success against it.
Sure. And I feel like Rick and I talked, that last drive was a good drive for the offense, a time where they need to put the thing on ice, and they ended up doing that.
Yeah.
So pretty complete game here tonight. Moving on to next week. This is only your second one, but 4 years in a row now, and Coach Lundeen and I talked how the stakes have been building towards this thing, and I guess Nevada's ranked. Of course, we're ranked, and
yeah.
Talk about going into next week. What do you expect out of Nevada?
Well, I mean, Nevada is Coach Beachler's done a great job. I always say he's a Scott Bailey type guy. Every time I have a discussion with him, he used to go down when I was at Missouri State. I took a football class, and coaches from the area would go and come and talk to us. And he was one of them, and he came and talked to us one time, and I got to sit and chat with him after class and talk to him, and he was always talked about how we did things at Lamar and how much he respected Coach Bailey and modeled stuff they do after what he's done, and he's the only guy in Nevada that's had success in the past 20 years there, consistently, and so this game is going to be. I mean, I haven't looked at the records or the years back, but I would assume that this is probably going to be the most anticipated Silver Tiger game in the past 20 to 25 years.
Sure.
Both teams extremely competitive, extremely well coached, both undefeated, heading into a Week 4 matchup with conference titles, things of that sort on the line. It's going to be a big matchup. They return their entire offensive line. They return a bunch of guys in the backfield. Their offense has probably put up more points than anybody, I would say, than in the entire area through 3 weeks. More than us, I know that.
Sure.
And, their defense, they bring back some guys on that side as well. So, I mean, they bring back a whole experienced group.
Sure.
They're going to be tough. They're going to be really tough to beat.
Sure, and I didn't get to play for it, and I mentioned that to Coach Lundeen. I know you didn't get to play for it, and it fizzled out. You guys probably even almost forgot about it. What is that thing sitting in the office?
Yeah, I mean, when I was going through, of course, at that time, I think Nevada was starting to. Coach Beachler had got it kind of rolling later when I was in high school. I think it was my junior year where they really had a breakout year. I played with Sam Ellifritz down at Missouri State. He was the guy that was on that team. They kind of got it rolling there. But, yeah, you didn't really hear much about Nevada football before that. And, obviously we weren't too worried about it. We never played them. And so it's kind of cool that it's gotten to come back. And what's cool about it is they've gotten to come back with their program. And so now you actually have a true this rivalry has been completely resurrected. If they hadn't done it, or if we weren't at the level we were, it wouldn't be as fun. But now it's going to be a fun matchup.
Makes it fun, absolutely, and that's what Coach Lundeen and I was talking about. You mentioned the conference title possibly being in the line because they're in our division, but how big is it for a kid to get to play for? So you're always playing for something, but something you can physically grab and hold and take pride in.
Yeah.
Other than a state trophy.
Well, you talk. It's funny you say that. I can't remember what coach it was. Someone on our staff. I want to say maybe it was Coach Lundeen. Somebody on our staff talked about last year. You know, the turning point. You know, was about that time that year, and when the kids are playing for something, when they're playing, like you said, when there's a tangible trophy on the line, and they get that taste of, hey, you worked for this. Here's your reward. Here's this rivalry trophy that's been around for who knows how long, and they get a chance to touch it and feel it and actually earn it. You know, it wasn't a cakewalk. It was a hard-fought game last year. That was the turning point, because then after that we started getting things figured out. Guys started coming around. Guys started having an urgency in practice, an urgency in the games. And so, you know, that may be a turning point for some kids, and that may have been our turning point last year. You know, I think our guys are very aware of what type of team we're going to see next week. Sure. And if they don't yet, they're going to know, because we're going to be pounding their heads all week.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, Coach, good luck next week, and hopefully you get to bring home the Silver Tiger from up there in Nevada, and good luck on your week of preparation. Thanks for joining us here tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute break to be back to close. Just 101.7 KHST, My Country.
Hi, Tiger fans. This is Kevin from Bull Insurance Agency. Just like you, we are proud to support our Lamar Tigers. I want to take a moment to thank all the coaches, assistants, parents, and everyone involved that invests in our kids and community. From youth sports to high school, your commitment to our players is appreciated. Just like the Tigers, my team at Bull Insurance Agency will work hard to protect what matters most to you. So stop by or visit us online at bullinsuranceragency.com.
Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust, your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Your busy lifestyle requires banking options like mobile deposit and people-to-people pay. With locations in Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri, let Community National Bank and Trust keep your finances safe and your spending smarter. Visit mybankcnb.com for a location near you. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome.
Hey DQ fans, is there any better way to bring people together this season than delicious Blizzard treats from DQ? With the new Fall Blizzard treat menu, there's a little something for everyone and a lot of fall flavor in every treat. With flavors like new pecan pie, returning pumpkin pie, Reese's Pieces cookie dough, sea salt toffee fudge, Oreo mocha fudge, choco dip strawberry, and Royal Ultimate Choco Brownie. This may just be the greatest Fall Blizzard treat lineup ever. Only way to find out is to try it for yourself at DQ. Happy tastes good. Carthage Ag Service Seed would like to wish all area teams good luck this season. It takes everyone to make a winning team, from parents, players, coaches, and all involved with the team. Carthage Ag Service Seed, your local Asgrow and DeKalb dealer.
Welcome back to Thomas M. O'Sullivan Stadium. This is the postgame brought to you by Bull Insurance. For your complete insurance evaluation, call Bull Insurance, 417-682-2998. Make sure you have the coverage you need. And, Rick, before we get out of here, I'm going to pass out the Mother Tucker's hit of the game. I'm going to give it to Mason Gastelum. Just talking to Coach Beshore as he was leaving. Mason has that kid in his second year playing high school football has made leaps and bounds, and we talk about him all the time being the all-state wide receiver. A lot of people forget about how good of a defensive back he is. Last year in his very first game against Springfield Catholic made an unbelievable interception. There was times in the year where I felt like, not saying that Mason was soft or anything, just that he didn't know how to be aggressive. And tonight, I don't remember when it was. I'd have to go back. I know it was early, the first quarter, and he come up and absolutely laid a blistering hit near the Tiger sideline. So I'm going to give it to Mason Gastel. That's the Mother Tucker's hit of the game, sponsored by Mother Tucker's Pizza, the pizza you've been waiting for. So, well, last week Wyatt talked me into giving it to an offensive guy, and I just absolutely hate doing that.
Yeah, I can tell by your voice last week.
Right. So, what a fun night it was, Rick,
yeah.
and what a pleasure, and I certainly appreciate you being willing, number one, to come up here and do this, and I'll be the first one to say there was no rust there. You picked right up.
You and Wyatt do a great job. I said that earlier tonight, and hang in there and keep it going. I mean,
Sure.
it's a great way to do it. And, you know, I've had my time.
Sure.
You know, this was fun tonight. And I when I first came up, I thought, man, this is not going to be easy. But working with you, it just kind of started flowing. And
Sure.
it was a lot of fun. And, you know, we had a good time. And we won the football game.
Sure. And,
You know?
yeah, it was a good night. And going on to next week at Nevada, I know, you know, if that thing builds like it is on paper right now during that game, my heart will be pumping, I promise you.
Yeah,
so
you'll be standing up, I can guarantee you.
That's right. I did take a few sit downs.
And, you know, you
tonight,
told me, you said, if you want to stand up, stand up. I said, I'm not standing up. I want to
Yeah.
sit down.
I can't help it. I can't help it. So if I am sitting down and something big happens, that, like I told you, that chair's going to go through the wall. I'm going to stand up so fast. But it was a fun night, and we certainly appreciate you.
Hey.
We appreciate all the sponsors that make this happen. Again, Blaine's still sticking around here with us with the live stream to get those interviews on the live stream. So thank you to everybody for the support and the sponsorships and the guys that come help do this, because I'm just a guy sitting up here that talks about football and likes football. The real stuff that goes on behind the scenes, what makes it happen.
There's
so.
a lot more to this than just talking on the radio.
Sure. It is. So, well, we appreciate everybody's time. Jack, back in the studio, thank you for sticking with us here again this week. We'll catch you next week at Nevada for Silver Tiger game. You've been listening to 101.7 KHST, My Country.